Hi, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is the interpreter. My name is Michael, ID 111427.
Okay, good afternoon, Michael. My name is Martha Adams. I'm the judge presiding over court today. In front of me, I have Praynor Etienne. And I just want to verify, Mr. Etienne, were you born on March 13th of 1966?
Thank you. Monsieur Etienne, juge Damandéou, est-ce que vous avez fait la marche, la date qui était 13 mars 1966? Est-ce que c'est ça?
Oui. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, sir, this is an arrest warrant that was signed by another judge, and she has determined probable cause in the case.
Ok, les deux que c'est un mandat arrêt que tu mis derrière, son l'autre juge qui était signé ça, juge a dit que tu gagné une cause qui est probable qui fait arrêter.
The first two counts are set at with no bond, but you do have a bond of $500 on count 3.
Que nous devons constater que dans deux premiers comptes que vous mettez contre eux, deux comptes ça yo pas mettez yo pas d'accord pour mettre la grosse bon. Et du pour l'autre compte là, troisième compte là, les deux il y a un bon que vous mettez en place qui est bon c'est $500 que dire.
Oui.
Now, I realize that you're currently out on bond and Mr. Bizzotti represents you.
Alors, si nous bien comprendre, ou bien les libéraux, et puis ils faut payer un bon pour les libéraux, et puis le monde qui est avocat pour présenter là, il est M. Bezadi.
Oui.
Was it your intent to have him represent you on this new charge as well? Or would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you?
Ok, Limando, est-ce que vous êtes d'accord pour t'avouer pour même avocat ça représenter pour nouveau charge ça que vous portez contre moi, ou bien est-ce que vous avez préféré que vous désigné un autre avocat qui pourrait représenter vous?
Pas de problème, là, oui.
I will stay with the same person.
Okay. Do you know if he knows if you're here?
Est-ce que vous connaissez si mon nan connaît que vous ici là, avocat connaît quoi là?
Beaucoup d'avocats, non?
I haven't met that lawyer yet.
Okay. Give me just 1 second.
Restez une seconde.
OK.
So I have that he's been your attorney since the case pretty much originated. You're telling me you've never met with him?
OK, selon ça, nous voyons que depuis le dossier a été commencé, que ça a été commencé, c'est mon ça qui t'a servi comme avocat. Ou dit qu'on pas causé jamais avec avocat saoudien, c'est ça?
On sait, dans le premier dossier, il a me dit, t'es gon, d'Anna, même pas, moi, encore, non? Bah, que contact, non?
And the first case, there were a woman who represented me, but I didn't have the contact to reach out to that person. I never been in touch with that person.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll make it a little bit easier for you. Since you're being held without bond on the first two counts of this case, I'm also going to revoke the bond in 2022 CF 4169AO. But I'll go ahead and let Mr. Bizzotti know that you're here and that you would like to speak to him about both cases.
Ok, li diyo ke bon, na pese ren ba yo pi fasil pou ou, na prevoke bon an ke yo, li diyo ke te ba ou, na prevoke bon an li diyo, puis li diyo kon sa ke kont ke yo gen kont lan se numero 4161A o, li diyo ke la peme M. Bezali konen ke ou isi ya, ke pou l'ka fel relo pou l'pala avon.
And
Okay.
Your Honor, on count 2 of the new law, it is an F2, so he is entitled to a bond.
Oh,
So state would ask for a bond on count 2 and stay no bond on count 1.
okay. Do you have how about we'll do, I'll do $5,000 on count 2. So, sir, I apologize. You're entitled to a bond on counts 2 and 3, but count 1 has no bond. So it's not really going to matter this point for you, but at least that does give you a bond in the future.
Ok, li diyo kon sa ke se kont 2 avek 3 ke ou pa gen bon, men kont 1 an, li diyo ke ou pa gen bon sou kont 1 an, se 2 a 3 ko pa gen. Li diyo ke la futur, sa ka ede ou la futur, li diyo ke ou pa gen bon an li diyo. D'accord?
Oui, mais faut me donner un numéro avocat pour me parler avec elle.
Okay, I would like to have the phone number of the lawyer so I can talk to the lawyer.
I'll actually call him when I get done with court and let him know that you would like to talk to him, and hopefully he'll come here and visit with you.
I have it.
Ok, li diyo ke le mwen fini avek tribunal la, ma pesi li avocat pou m dil ke oui si a pou l'kavin pala avon. Li diyo nou ta pete ke li a finance pou takavo pou l'pala avon.
Okay.
But I believe that phone number that she's handing you is his phone number as well.
Okay, thank you.
Ok, li diyo numéro téléphone ke longe ba ou la, se numéro téléphone avocat ke ba ou la.
Oui.
One more thing before you go.
Nou kon lot bagay nap do avon ale.
Just make sure you don't have any contact with the alleged victim or their family on this new case.
Ok, nap do ke ou suppose assurer ke ou pa entre en kontak avek moun ki sanse victime nan, ni avec les familles victimes, non pas supposé entrer en contact avec eux du tout les deux, jusqu'à ce que le dossier a fini.
Oui.
Yes, okay.
Okay, thank you.
And just so Mr. Etienne is aware, he does have an immigration hold.
Ok, les deux que M. Etienne nous voulait faire connaître que immigration kembe autour les deux, immigration kembe autour.
Mais attendez, non?
Les deux que c'est nous voulait faire connaître tout que au gagné un dossier immigration qui voulait kembe autour les deux, immigration un dossier contre tout.
Oui.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for your help with interpreting today. Have a wonderful day.
You're welcome, and Judge, thanks for using our services. Have a good day. Merci, monsieur. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay, I believe this is Andrew Kirby. Mr. Kirby, this is case number 2022 MM8067AO. It's a violation of pretrial release conditions. I don't believe he's in jail on it, and my guess is he's probably not going to plead to it because it probably wasn't an offer.
Your Honor.
He's never been served.
This is the third time they brought him back and he has not been served.
He shouldn't be getting pulled for an arraignment if he's not been served. So,
I will email today to have the clerk do a new summons to try to have him served while he's here at the jail.
okay, you probably just need one of your investigators to come over and do it personally.
They usually do. We just have to, I had to contact administration. Administration has to contact the clerk. Clerk has to reissue, and then, so it's like a 4-step multi-process, but it's usually done within a day or two.
You just put in the note that it's been the third time and he hasn't, so that you don't keep.
Okay, so Mr. Kirby, I'm not going to take any action on this case since you've not been served on it. I'm assuming you're obviously in jail on other charges. Do you have a public defender?
I have a private counsel, and I'm here being held on the case related to this.
Okay, who's your attorney?
Susan Malove.
Okay. What I may try to do is reach out to Miss Willow and just let her know that the state has this case, because what she can also do is accept jurisdiction by filing a notice of appearance on your behalf, and then at least it would,
Well, I'm under the impression I'm about to accept a global plea, and they were gonna just push this off while I plea out to the other case.
push it off?
Like, just, they're gonna dissolve it, I'm gonna
Okay.
plea out to the new, to the case I'm being held on.
And they may do that, and that may be why they're not serving you, but I need them to go ahead and do that so that they can do it.
It's the third time they brought me up here, so.
Okay, yeah, because I don't want to keep dragging you up here, and so we'll try to work it out. Okay, good luck, sir.
I get a
Thank you.
copy of the report?
I don't have a-
No? Okay, thank you.
He's currently sitting no bond on a failure to appear, so
Well, at least he's not going anywhere. So. Okay, and this would be Felicia, is it Fordyce?
Fordyce, yes.
Fordyce?
Yes.
Ms. Fordyce, you're here on a petty theft with prior theft conviction in 2022, MM 8102AO. Were we going to try to resolve this today?
There's an, no, Your Honor, there is an offer, however, she's been deemed incompetent to proceed. She has an alias or another name, Ford Felicia.
Okay, well, I will
So we
go
can't
ahead and
resolve.
note that there's going to be entering a plea of not guilty on this case. This is in Division 61, and that will be a pretrial conference.
February 24th at 9:30 in courtroom 7C.
How about Tabitha Frank?
Misbehavior, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and waive her arraignment. She does have the public defender. We'll set her for a pretrial conference in Division 84.
That'll be March 2nd at 8:45 in courtroom 4B.
How about Tevin Talbert?
That is me, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Talbert, you're here on 2023 MM 296AO. He's got 21 days. Was there an offer on this one?
not at this time.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. We'll set this for a pretrial conference in Division 62.
That'll be March 2nd at 1:30 in courtroom 12C.
I don't make the offers. The state said they do not have an offer at this time.
There's no way that I can take for an offer.
State, are you willing to give an offer?
I will double check it, but not at this time. I don't believe there's been contact with the victim, so not at this time.
Can't give an offer. They have to talk to the victim first.
Okay, next I have Tyler Warwick. Okay, sir, you're 2023 MM 31A. It's a petty theft transferred from circuit.
State did convey an offer to Mr. Warwick of an adjudication, credit time served, no return to City Trends at 867 East Cimarron Boulevard, and cost of investigation to Apopka in the amount of $148.25.
Okay.
Is there any way I could resolve both of them, or is that just me?
He gonna accept the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Warwick, can I get you to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
Wait,
but the
can I
truth?
see that? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Are we appointed? I'm confused. When I looked, I saw a felony possession charge, but I believe we are, because I need to sign the form as well as that. Okay, we are.
I've noticed what happens is sometimes you get appointed on the felony, and then when it gets transferred to misdemeanor, they don't put in.
So I have the felony, I just don't have,
And do you have that he was appointed on the felony?
mm-hmm.
Okay, then it's. County court, they have to put in a new notice of appearance. So that's why that happens. So apparently, which is very confusing, because I don't know how anybody would ever do that, but what they're saying is when they transfer the case from circuit court to county court, that they want the public defenders on their own, not knowing that the case got transferred to county court, for you then to put a notice of appearance in on the new case number.
Oh,
So I'll go ahead and appoint him on, or appoint your office. Did you want to sign?
yes, Your Honor. That's what I was asked.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, I didn't make you, trying to get your steps in for you, huh? So, Mr. Work, she's gonna sign the plea form in addition to you, but that being said, did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on that plea form?
Me? No.
And that's okay. And she's indicated you're gonna enter a plea of no contest to the charge. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. Going to sentence you to 35 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 35 days you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. You are not to return back to that location at 867 East Cimarron Boulevard. There are court costs, which also includes cost of investigation to the Apopka Police Department in the amount of $148.25. But I'll go ahead and give you a full year to pay that back. If you need longer, because they'll suspend your driver's license at the year mark, just write to me before that year runs out. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, hi. Are you Rafael Antonio Baez? Yeah? Sir, you're here on case number 2023 MM715AO. It's a charge of trespass. Are we going to try to resolve this today or set it off for later?
We're gonna try to resolve the case, Your Honor. The offer from the state was an adjudication of appeal credit sir. No return to 4 Avenue. And you have to accept the plea.
Okay.
Ooh, scared the
Not again.
What is going on?
Okay. Mr. Baez, you did sign the plea form. Any questions about any of the rights on the form?
No.
Okay. And she says you're going to enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, and I'm not on no drugs.
Okay. And I'm seeing that you were born in the United States. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, at this time, I'll go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. I'm also going to order that you not return back to the 455 North Garland Avenue without a valid ticket. There are court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay that money back. And if you need longer, you can always write to me and I'll extend that out for you. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Yancey Fillmore?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Fillmore. Were you born July 31st of 1989?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I have you here on 2023 MM717AO. It's a charge of trespass. Were we going to resolve this one?
Please say the offer.
State did convey an offer to Mr. Fillmore of an adjudication, 10 days OCJ and no return. The reason for the 10 days is because he recently pled on the 24th of this month to a trespass at the very same location.
Okay.
And you have to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Fillmore, I'm being handed your plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
And she's indicated you're entering a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to enter a plea today?
No, ma'am.
And sir, do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll go ahead and accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 10 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've previously served. I am going to order that you not return back to 6165 Carrier Drive, and that there are court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay those court costs back. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, Grayson bonded.
Okay, thank you. So is this Randy Purnell?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Purnell, you were born on February 20th of 1959, is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. You're here on 2023 MM70AW. I'm going to assume that the state did not make an offer on this case?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So, sir, I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, and I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. My concern is that it is completely related to the charge that you're currently out on bond on in case number 2023 MM41AW. I am going to revoke your bond in that case. That bond will be set at none. You do have the Public Defender's Office representing you. They can set that for a bond hearing in front of Judge Allen if you would like. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
What was the new bond, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Oh, I never said, I'm sorry, I was going to stay the bonds at $1,000 on each count. I apologize.
The state would just ask for a no contact.
And no contact. Latin Carrick? Mr. Carrick, did I at least get your last name right?
Carrick,
Carrick? Okay. And were you born on April 28th of 1974?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a capious in regards to a failure to appear. Hold on. I think. Oh, no, I apologize. This is case number 2023 MM211AO. Judge Jordan signed a warrant for a theft that was alleged to have occurred on January 3rd of this year. He set your bond at $500. He's also ordered that you not return to the Old Navy store and no contact with the store personnel. I will also go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Shauna Lee Schaefer? Oh,
She refused, Your Honor.
she refused? Okay.
I'm not guilty. He was on the last case. I talked to him yesterday. So I would like to.
Okay, call the attorney.
Okay, on Ms. Schaefer, 2022 MM6124AO, I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office. This is a capious for a failure to appear at arraignment on a petty theft. The bond's been set at $500.
Is she?
Is the Public Defender willing to waive her appearance?
I will, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll do that then. Thank you. Marcellus Clark?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Clark. Is your date of birth April 6th of 1958?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, you're here on 2023 MO169AO. It's a charge of disorderly conduct for a city ordinance. Are we wanting to resolve this one?
State did convey an offer on behalf of the city of an adjudication of credit time served.
Okay, Mr. Clark, I'm being handed the plea form that you just signed. Did you have any questions about the rights on the form?
No, ma'am.
And you're entering a plea of no contest. Has anybody forced you or threatened you to do that here today?
No, ma'am.
And sir, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and accept the plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Sent you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. I'll give you credit for that and release you. And then there's court cost.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Letitia, I don't think it's body maintenance.
OMG. Okay. Huh? Really? It's just somebody wanting to annoy us? Okay, are you Kasha Green? Hey, are you Miss Green?
Yes,
And how do you say your first name?
Kasia.
Kasia,
Yes.
sorry. And Miss Kasia, you were born December 16th, 1993?
Yes.
Okay. So they have you here on a violation of a county ordinance. Was that something you wanted to resolve today or set it off for later?
Resolved today.
Resolve it.
And Your Honor, State did convey an offer on behalf of the city to Ms. Green of an adjudication and credit.
So Ms. Green, you did sign the plea form. Do you have any questions about any of those rights on that form?
No, ma'am.
And you're going to be entering a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days you've previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay those court costs back. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you. I think they're just trying to ruin my nerves.
Right.
I don't know if they're like testing it, and maybe that's why they keep setting it off, but
Okay, is this Janet Grimes? Ms. Grimes, you're here on 2023 MO 170AO. It's a charge of alcoholic beverage, open container. We're going to resolve it today?
Yes, Your Honor.
and state conveyed an adjudication credit time served on behalf of the city.
And she would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
So, Ms. Grimes, I'm receiving your plea form that you signed. Any questions about the rights that are on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you've entered a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that here today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
I will go ahead and accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay those court costs back. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. Are you Dennis Hoover?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoover, I'm showing that you're here on 2023 MO 171AO. It's a disorderly conduct. Were we going to try to resolve this one?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit served, and Mr. Hoover would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
So, Mr. Hoover, I have the plea form you signed. Any questions about the rights that are on the form?
No, ma'am.
And you've entered a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, if you entered this plea, that could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I will go ahead and accept the plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentencing you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are going to be court costs, but I'll go ahead and give you a year to pay that back. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, are you taking any action on his out on ROR?
Oh, no, since he's out on ROR and he resolved it, I'll take no action on that case. The next case I have is Juliet Jefferson Levine. Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. You're here on 23 MO 172AO. It's a charge of disorderly conduct.
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and Ms. Jefferson Levine would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Ma'am, I am being given your plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the form?
No, ma'am.
And you've entered a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, if you were to enter a plea, that could subject you to deportation.
Yes, I understand.
Ma'am, I'll accept the plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There's court costs, but I'll go ahead and give you a full year to pay that back. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Timothy Dwayne Lyman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lyman, you're here on 2023 MO 173AO. It's a disorderly conduct charge.
And I did speak to the city prosecutor this morning, and he conveyed an offer of an adjudication of guilt in 21 days OCJ due to his history.
Okay.
That's it.
So, Mr. Lyman, you signed that plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the form?
No, ma'am.
And the no contest plea that you're entering, has anybody forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will go ahead and accept the plea. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentencing you to 21 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you've previously served. I will impose court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay that back, and you are all set, okay? Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tyler Joseph Swank.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Swank, you're here on 2023 MO 174AO. It's a charge of disorderly conduct and state misdemeanors.
And state did convey an offer to Mr. Swank of an adjudication and credit.
Mr. Swank, I'm receiving the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
And you entered a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will go ahead and accept your pleas. As to both counts 1 and 2, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentencing you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you previously served. Those charges will run concurrent with each other, and they will release you from this charge and this charge only, and then their court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay that back. Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you. This would be Amonte White.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. White, I'm showing that you're here on 2023 MO 175AO is a charge of state misdemeanors.
And there's no offer at this time.
Okay. Did the state have a position on the case that he was currently out on bond for?
Your Honor, state will leave that within your discretion. You picked that up beginning of January, I believe 1/4. And it is slightly related, a grand theft, third degree of a firearm by a convicted delinquent, and carrying it concealed. However, state will leave that within your discretion.
Okay.
And the new law, it's alleged that he was in a vehicle that had just left a shooting, which is mainly the reason for the no offer at this time.
Mr. White, what I'll do is, I'm not gonna take any action on the case that you're currently out on bond for, but keep in mind, every time you get arrested, it puts you back in this position where I can no bond you. So let's lay low for a little bit. What I'll do is on the 2023 MO case, I'm gonna up the bond to $500, but then I'll take no action on the case that you're currently out on bond, and I will appoint the public defender. Hilly Anessa Dewan. Christian Alfredo Gallo Ruiz. Darius Howard. Gary Leroy Malger. And Christian Nieves Rivera,
Bondage, Your Honor.
Gabriel Andino. Okay. Give me just 1 second to catch up here. There we go. Okay. Okay, Mr. Andino, I just want to verify your date of birth, September 16th, 1998?
Correct.
Okay. You're here on 2023 CF 1167AO. This is an arrest warrant that was signed by a judge previously. They have set your bond at count 1, the burglary of a conveyance at $5,000. Count 2, possession of identification with intent to fraud, $5,000. Fraudulent use of a credit card is count 3 at $2,500, and count 4 is a petty theft at $500. The total amount comes to $13,000. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, state would ask for a no return, no contact.
Oh, no return and no contact.
For the GPS, will they do it here? For Seminole County? For Charles? He has a hole for GPS for Seminole.
Yeah,
My guess is they'll transfer him to Seminole.
yeah.
They're gonna send him over.
I think they have to hold that he'll be sent over.
You can always contact your attorney in Seminole and see if they can do something on paper.
My paperwork, it says they need to come over here.
I don't know how the GPS monitor.
I know before a different county had a GPS, I don't remember what county it was, but they came and met him in the lobby and put it on. I'm not sure if that was Seminole or a different county. I don't know.
They'll communicate with Seminole.
Your Honor, Andrews bonded.
Okay, thank you. How about, Regan Arndt? Okay. Did I say your last name properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're here on 2023 CF 140180. Okay, so I'm not trying to make fun of the Ocoee police officer, but I think he may be misreading her driving record because I'm not seeing anywhere where her license has been permanently revoked. I think he just meant to arrest her on just a regular misdemeanor Willis
I believe he put the wrong
statute.
statute in, because even in the affidavit, it should have just been a Willis 322.34 sub 2. So state would just ask that you find a misdemeanor Willis for 322.342.
So, Ms. Arndt, what I'm gonna do is note that, the way the officer charged it, it triggered that felony, and it also triggered that felony bond amount. More than likely, the state will get a hold of it, and they'll reduce it back down to a misdemeanor, but it's just gonna take a little bit more time. Hopefully, they'll do it quickly, but I'm gonna go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. But in the meantime, I am gonna drop the bond down to, let's do $500, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And just, please don't drive without a valid driver's license.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Richmond Atkins? Mr. Atkins, give me 1 second. Going through these. There we go. So this is case number 2022 CF 8103AO. Judge Wilson signed a warrant for your arrest regarding burglary of a conveyance with a $3,500 bond, unlawful possession of personal identification information, $150 bond, and petty theft, $150 bond. She also included no contact with the victim and no return to the scene of the offense. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on that, okay? Good luck, sir, thank you. Is it Ms. Beidle?
Yes.
Did I say your last name properly?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So, Ms. Beidle, you're here on 2023 CF 1407AO. It's a charge of possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. So obviously you realize, because you're out on bond in case number, well, you're out on an ROR in 2023 MM428AO. If you keep getting picked up for new law violations, you run the risk of every time of me or whatever judge is sitting here having the ability to no bond you.
Yeah.
So, these cases aren't necessarily related, and, I'm sure Ms. Waddell would appreciate if I don't cause her to have to do more paperwork on your behalf. So I'm gonna take no action on the case that you're currently out on bond for. What I am gonna do, though, is for the possession of cocaine, I am gonna raise the bond to $2,000, but I'll leave the possession of drug paraphernalia at 100 and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay? Good luck.
Booker is mental health.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay. On Mr. Booker, 2023 CF 1386AO, I'll appoint the public defender's office. They're gonna waive his appearance. I'll just stay the bonds at 1,500 and 500,
Stay with us for no return.
and a no return. Darnell Brown.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. You're here on 2023 CF 1394AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna stay the bonds at $1,000 on count 1, but I'll drop the trespass on property to $100. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Stay with again, ask for no return.
And no return.
Yes, ma'am.
Bernie bonded, Your Honor.
Okay. Ronnie,
Sharon Font?
say it one more time.
Sharon Font?
Sheriff Font?
Sharon.
Okay. And sir, you're here on 2023 CF 1393AO. I don't think I have an affidavit of insolvency for you, but were you wanting the public defender's office to represent you, sir?
No.
You gonna hire your own attorney?
I represent myself because this is a whole lie.
Okay,
You
no
can read it
worries.
and know it's nothing. It's a lie. Nothing in here is real.
Okay,
It didn't happen like this at all.
Okay.
This officer didn't even deal with me. I don't even know how he wrote it up and took me to jail.
okay. Well, that'll be
He's the one
really
who grabbed me,
interesting.
but yeah, I didn't even deal with him the whole incident. So
Well, I'll go ahead and stay the bond at $1,000,
Okay.
and you're
you
good to
found
go.
probable cause on this?
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't take much to get probable cause, so.
Okay.
You may have good defenses, though, okay?
Yeah.
Good luck, sir, thank you.
Yonder Comby bonded.
Okay. Do you want me to point the PD on that one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's do that. Lance Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davis, good afternoon. You are here on 2023 CF 1411AO. Were you wanting to have the public defender's office appointed, or were you gonna try to hire your own attorney?
Just thinking of a public defender.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. The people that help you fill out these forms, they'd indicated that you get paid $2,800 every week. Is that correct?
Not really. I mean, I work, I'm off through the winter, and I work about 8 months, and it actually, I'm really beat and tired. I've been up all night or whatever, and kind of sleeping on a hard surface, and I'm really, kind of distraught or so forth. It varies from 1,000 to that or so, 800 to that. The 2,800 is,
The high end.
yeah, it can be the high end, but it varies, ma'am.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll go ahead, if I put that you're getting paid, let's see, even if we said, and correct me if I'm wrong, so even if you make that amount of money, that's only eight months out of the year though, correct?
Right.
Okay, so, okay, I think I can do it this way, so I'll bring it down to 500.
And he does qualify for PTR.
Okay, so sir, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. They're also, the state is correct, you do qualify for pretrial release, so I'll go ahead and have them, supervise your release, that way you don't have to pay any money to get out of jail. The only conditions that I have are that you not possess or consume any illicit substances. Would you like me to have them not test, because they're gonna test you randomly, do you want them to maybe wait 30 days before they test you?
Don't talk.
So what do you think?
Your Honor, could he have the 30-day grace period?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good luck to you, sir, thank you.
Okay, so what do I do now?
Aw,
In
don't,
other words, leave.
Ashley refused? Ashley refused? DeLauder?
The law to refuse.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Oh, I just wanted to tell her. This will be fun, though. Okay, so on Ms. DeLauder's case, she's currently here on case number 2023 CF 1381AO. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent her. I am gonna set her bond at $1,000 in order that she not return back to the target at 120 West Grant Street. I'm going to revoke her bond in case number 2022 CF 13087AO. That bond will be set at none. Going to revoke her bond in 2022 CF 13469AO. That bond will be set at none. Going to revoke her bond at 2022 CF 13470AO. Bond set at none. And 2022 CF 13471AO. The bond will be set at none. 2022 CF 13474AO. Revoking bond and set at none. And 2022 CF 13472AO, she'll revoke the bond and set it at none. I got the impression that they were trying to move all of her cases to Judge Wooten's for possible resolution, so this will make sure she's there for it. Okay, Aaron Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, excuse me. This is an arrest warrant signed by Judge Strobridge. So here's the problem I'm having. It says burglary of a conveyance with the battery therein. Is this? Here, hold.
It's life. It's a PBL, well, punishable by life, right?
Yeah, was that the question?
I don't know.
I know there was another issue that she,
So,
Is the no bond correct?
yes,
Okay,
it's on a Burke conveyance or a Burke structure with an assault or battery. So it is a first degree felony that's punishable by life, so state is requesting no bond at this time.
okay. So, Mr. Gonzalez, in 2023 CF 1317AO, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The bond will be set at none on the burglary of the conveyance with the battery. Count 2, the aggravated assault has $2,500 bond. Count 3, child abuse has $2,500 bond. And count 4, robbery, sudden snatching does have $500. The conditions are that you not have any contact with the victims in this case, no return to the scene, no weapons or firearms, and no drugs or alcohol. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Brian Gordon? Okay, are you Mr. Gordon? Okay. Sir, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1406AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. Didn't. I don't think I have an affidavit. Did you want the public defender to represent you on these charges? Yeah, okay, so I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. What's the state's position? I mean, some of them are,
I can't even see it.
On,
how about I leave the resisting alone?
on 3648, I have that he pled to one and no info the other, so state would ask
Yeah.
for no action.
I closed that one out. It looks like that case isn't active anymore.
The resisting went away?
Yeah, the 3648, he pled to count one and then no info on count two, so
Okay.
that shouldn't have been in there.
On the 13291, state has not filed, so state would ask for no action. On 2472. I have it right, 22 CF 24.
It's Osceola.
That's why.
It's close to?
No, it's in Osceola County. That's
Yeah.
why she was having trouble finding it.
I can't get in there.
I just switched systems. On the 2472. Still don't have it. It was filed earlier this month, robbery armed with a weapon and agbat. So state will leave that one within your discretion, Your Honor. And on the 22 CF 3501, that was also filed as a robbery armed with a weapon and agbat. So an F1 and an F2.
Okay, so I'll go ahead, and stay the bonds on the new law violations at $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two. On the 2022 CF 13291AO, I will take no action. The misdemeanor's closed. In 2022 CF 3501AO, I will go ahead and revoke the bond, set the bond at none. In 2022 CF 2472, I'll also revoke the ROR, set the bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender's office. I said that before.
On
Okay.
both of those, they filed?
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
I don't know why I couldn't see it. Here you go.
They're both Osceola.
I just couldn't see it.
Dwight Gunter?
Oh, that's why I couldn't see it.
Orange, yeah.
Miss, good afternoon.
Hey, you're Mr. Gunter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
6.
Okay, so Mr. Gunter, this is a capias that was issued out of Division 12. And that's really all I have. It just says first-degree murder with a firearm. The bond is set at none. It's in Division 20.
It was a grand jury indictment.
It was what?
A grand jury indictment.
Ah, okay. So I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you're all set. You're welcome.
State would just ask for no contact with the victim's family.
Okay, no contact with the victim's family. I thought it used to be when I got grand jury indictments, I would actually get the indictment with it, but
I never can see.
who knows these days?
I know, I don't get them, but.
I don't.
Anthony Hanley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Hanley, so I have a couple cases here. Let's start with 2021 CF 12856AO. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. This is a warrant that was signed previously. So you have bonds set on count one at $2,500, count two, $2,500, three, $3,500, four, $3,500, five, $3,500, six, $3,500, seven, $1,000, eight, $1,000, nine, $1,000, and count 10, $1,000 for a total of $23,000. Case number 2021 CF 13692AO. That's a probable cause order out of Division 16. The grand theft, third degree, the bond is set at $1,500. Count 2, petty theft, has a $500 bond. It also indicates that there's no contact with the victim, co-defendant, or witness, and do not return to the scene of the offense. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. In case number 2021 CF 13397, this is an arrest warrant. Count 1 has a $1,000 bond. Count 2 has a $1,000 bond. It also has conditions of no return to the scene of the offense, no consumption or possession of alcohol or drugs without a prescription. And that is in Division 16, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. In case number 2021 CF 3281, this appears to be a capias out of Division 15 for when you fail to appear at an arraignment. Division 15 says revoke release not to be modified by IA judge. Okay, so that judge set the bonds on all 3 of those cases at no bond. So I don't know if you have the PD's office, but I'll go ahead and appoint them if you don't. But you'll need to get back in front of the judge in Division 15 for a bond hearing on that case. Last but not least, I have 2023 CF 495. This is also an arrest warrant signed by Judge Collins for criminal use of personal information. She set your bond at $1,500. That's, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on that charge as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Just reading that. Ernest Hodges? Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Hodges. You are here on case number 2023 CF 1410. One second. There we go. You do qualify for pretrial release. So what I'll do is go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The release from pretrial release means you don't have to pay any money to get out of jail. The only conditions are that you're not to possess any alcohol or illicit substances without a prescription. And I'll give them 30 days before they test you, just to be safe. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Greca Lamontage?
Lamontage, I'm bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded? Okay. Christopher Lawson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Lawson. One second. Okay, so Mr. Lawson, you're here on 2022 CF 12736. This is a arrest warrant that was signed by Judge Lattimore. You are entitled to a bond. I am going to go ahead and set your bond at $1,000. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Sir, just make sure that if you are able to post bond and you get out, that you do re-register, okay? Good luck, sir. Thank you.
I will waive him.
Okay, on Mr. LeGrand, 2023 CF 1378, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. They're waiving his appearance. I'll stay the bonds at $15,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2.
Refused.
You refuse.
Not the same job.
Kenneth McCasley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. McCasley, you are here on, hold on. So I was a little confused. Because I have the paperwork for This 2022 CF 14517, is that just because they re-endorsed?
It was an endorsement.
So I have to see him again because they endorsed it? Oh, because he never went to IAs. Okay. So, Mr. McCaslin, it looks like on the case that you are out on bond on 2022 CF 14517AO, you had bonded out with step-out bail bonds.
Yes, ma'am.
They endorsed your bond, which means they came off your bond. So you still have a bond. It's $1,000. It's in Division 11. It looks like he has the Public Defender's Office appointed to represent him. So I'm gonna leave that, that's there. And then the new charge that has him in here today is 2023 MM 712AO. It is a trespass charge. So technically, he could resolve the trespass and then, I don't know. I didn't know what you guys wanted to do. Do you want to try to resolve the trespass today or no?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know my options yet. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, it was in a vacant apartment, so state doesn't have an offer at this time.
Okay. Well, let me do this. Here's what I'm gonna do, Mr. McCaslin. I'll keep the bond set at $500 on that case and appoint the Public Defender's Office. I'm just gonna ask that you not return.
Yes, ma'am.
I realize that technically you were out on bond. Unless the state has a strong,
State has no objection and no action.
so I'm not gonna do anything as far as the bonds, so they're still there and you can bond out. Just maybe not with step out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Amanda McKinnon?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. McKinnon. You are here on 2023 CF 1412AO. I did review this charge. I am finding that there's probable cause. There it is. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The possession of cocaine, I'll keep at $1,000. I will reduce the possession of drug paraphernalia to $100. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
In this particular case, I would ask if you would consider an ROR. She has no failures to appear. Looks like the last conviction she had was in 2018. She's currently unemployed, so she can't afford the bond, but she's never missed a court date. She has the community ties. I would ask for an ROR, given it's a nonviolent offense.
The state have any thoughts one way or the other?
No, Your Honor, state has no objection.
Ms. McKinnon, do you have a phone?
I can give you my mother's phone number.
Is that your mother's house?
Yeah, it'll be my mother's.
Okay. Here's my only concern about letting you out on an ROR. So right now, your bond's at $1,100. If I ROR you and the state files, they're probably not gonna file on the second charge, but at least on the first charge, if you fail to appear, any judge is gonna either revoke that ROR and set your bond at none, or at the bare minimum, they're gonna set it at $2,000. So I just wanna make sure you stay in contact with your attorney so that you don't miss any court dates. Now, they can waive some of your appearances, but the only way that they can do that is if they have a conversation with you. So just make sure you talk to them, and then that way you may not have to come to court every single time, okay? But yes, ma'am, I will go ahead and do a straight ROR on both charges, but just please, please, please make sure you stay in contact with your attorney.
Okay, so as long as I call them on, like call like once a week or something? Call once a week to stay in contact?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sarah Elise Quinones? Hi, are you Miss Quinones? Okay. And your date of birth, nope, I don't need to talk about that. Let's just go faster. Sorry. So I have you here on 2023 CF 1354AO. Yes, I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I'm finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna stay the bonds at $1,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, and 150 on count 3.
Do the arrest history again. Arrest history.
Your Honor, Ms. Kunis cannot at this time afford the monetary bond. She has no convictions. I see some arrests, but I don't see any she has a community ties been here for over a year. Non-violent offense. She does have a child. As long as she maintains contact with her.
State does object to an ROR, given that she is, or she told PTR that she's employed part-time, and all her other arrest history of her other drug charges. It does appear she did have prior cases. It appears one, a resisting out of Orange, a petty theft in oxycodone that she did pretrial diversion on in 2020. So state would object at this time to an ROR for Ms. Kunis.
Yeah, I'm not inclined to do that at this time. My guess is she'll probably get out in 30 days because the state won't have filed on the charges in time, but,
I understand. Thank you.
okay. Bonded? Nigel Renee?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Renee, you are here on 2023 CF 143480. So I'm starting to get, are we getting later into the night? That's why they're not interviewed, or?
He was, Your Honor.
Okay,
Maybe they hadn't been updated. You want?
that's okay.
Is this
I
for
mean,
Mr. Rawlings?
I don't know that he's in.
Renee.
So on Mr. Renee, the possession of a weapon or firearm by a convicted felon, they keep doing that. Is that something in our thing that tells them to no bond until IAs?
It might, not that I know of.
Not
It might be
aware of
something within their system. I'm not sure.
Okay, I don't know why they keep doing that. So, Mr. Renee, you are entitled to a bond, so this is on the 2023 CF 143480. I'll go ahead, let's do this. On count 1, I'll set the bond at $1,000. I'll keep counts 2 at 150, count 3 at 100, count 4 at 150. I am gonna keep count 5 at $100,000. I am gonna ask that you not possess any weapons or firearms, okay? And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay, Anthony Roberts. Hi.
How you doing?
Mr. Roberts, good afternoon. You're here on 2022 CF 7791 AO. This is a capias that was issued out of Division 20. Yes, the public defender on that one. Judge Wooten set the bond at none. So I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office if they weren't previously appointed, okay? And they'll need to get you a bond hearing in front of the trial judge.
When is supposed to be?
I do believe they were previously appointed.
Whenever you want.
Quantarius Roberts,
I will waive, Your Honor.
okay? He's here on 2022 CF 5396AO. This is a capias for failing to appear. The bond's been set at $1,000, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office if they were not previously appointed. Israel Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Robinson, you are here on case number 2021 CF 6490AO. This is a capias for failing to appear at a case management conference out of Division 11. Judge Navarro set your bond at none. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office if they weren't previously appointed. And they'll need to get you back in front of Judge Navarro for a bond hearing. Okay? Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Scott refused, Your Honor.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, he has, Dusty Scott has 2023 CF 885AO. This is an arrest warrant signed by Judge Tynan for robbery with a deadly weapon. I'm gonna leave the bond set at none. He's to not have any contact with the victim, no return to the scene of the offense, no weapons or firearms, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. He also has case number 2023 CF 1380AO. I'll go ahead and stay the bond at $2,500 with the conditions that he have no contact with the alleged victim and no possession of weapons or firearms. Again, the Public Defender's Office is appointed, and they have waived his appearance. Rose Symbol? Okay. And Ms. Symbol, you're here on case number 2023 CF 1408AO. How did we get her at no bond? Okay.
I think
Give me
the
1
officers
second.
are just, yeah, he putting it.
He wrote in the affidavit that he was requesting no bond, however, she is entitled to bond on all charges.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So, Ms. Symbol, I am gonna go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office in your case. Let's do this. I'll set the bond at $1,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2, $1,000 on count 3, and $1,000 on count 4. I am gonna order that you have no contact with the alleged victims in this case, and that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck, ma'am. Thank you. Richard Smith?
DCF wasn't called?
Yes.
Mr.
Doesn't say
Smith,
they
you're
were.
here on case number 2023 CF 1388AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'll stay the bonds at $5,000 on count 1. I'll lower the bond to $150 on count 2, but I am gonna order that you not return back to that location and you have no contact with the alleged victims. Okay? Venton Smith? Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. You're here on 2023 CF 1402AO. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I do believe he's entitled to a bond on count 1, the aggravated assault with a firearm.
He is entitled to bond on one. It is in, the ag assault with a firearm is an F3, and then the written threats is an F2.
So, sir, as to count one, I am gonna set that bond at $5,000. I will go ahead and keep count two at $10,000. I am gonna order that you have no contact with the alleged victims in this case, that you not possess any weapons or firearms. If I didn't say it, I meant to, that I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Kareem Toller,
He was an unarrest, Your Honor.
Is who?
an unarrest?
Yes, ma'am.
Unarrest.
What's an unarrest?
No, I've never seen that before.
Can't do that.
Police?
Can't do that.
I've had the police department call me and ask me to unarrest somebody, and I told them that that was a figment of their imagination.
Do that.
But,
Unarrested.
So that was Toller?
Yeah.
So
He has some
just
connections.
no action?
I have no idea. I've never.
He's not here
used
anymore,
that.
so.
They unarrested.
Okay.
Technically, he's not arrested. I don't know.
Yeah, but Speedy's.
that sounds like a huge mess, but I'm not, I'm not,
Make a note.
I mean, I know when I did the unarrest before, I actually did an order that says that I'm releasing them. But can I just ask you, do you know who unarrested him? Was it the agency that originally arrested him or the jail?
The only thing I see is that I see a note that says that so when he came in under Kareem Toller, he gave them a false name. And Kareem Toller had a warrant.
Oh.
The actual person, when his fingerprints came back, he didn't have a warrant.
That makes,
So he used someone's name and that person.
Used
had a
someone's
warrant.
name, that person had a warrant, but this guy didn't have a warrant.
see, that's what you get for using other people's names. So
That's what looked like happened.
I would assume then, does that mean that that warrant can remain outstanding since it was never,
For the actual
For the actual
Kareem
person?
Toller.
yeah, okay. So I would just put, maybe that, you have all that? Well, that's what I'm saying. I would think you would have to put something that says that the defendant that was actually taken into custody is not the correct person. But they may need to go, whatever division that came out of, they may have to reissue the warrant. Why don't you pull it to the side and I'll try to get with, is that Division 11, Judge Navarro? I'll get with her on that. She's gonna love that. Okay, Gaviana Washington? Okay, Ms. Washington, you're here on 2023 CF 1384AO. That's a charge of possession of fentanyl. I am finding probable cause. I'll stay the bond at $1,000 and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. In addition, there is case number 2023 CF 1379AO out of Division 10. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'll stay the bonds at 1,000 on count 1, 1,000 on count 2, and 500 on count 3. Then there is an out-of-county warrant from a violation of probation. That bond has been set at none. That one is, I can't think what county that's at. Oh, it's out of Broward County from Judge Hatcher. Okay. And then there is also, oh, here's another one. No, I think that's the same. I think I just have two copies of the same one. Yeah, okay. So you have a couple options. You could bond out on the Orange County charges, and then Broward will come and pick you up on the VOP, or you can just stay in.
I don't know. I can't see the out of county. I don't know which county you have probation in. I can't see it. Your Honor, was it Sumter or Broward that you have? Because she was on probation in Sumter.
Somebody wrote Broward.
It may be in
Is
there.
it from Broward and then she was being supervised in Sumter?
I can't see it.
I don't know.
Because, you know, it's
I don't, Judge Hatcher isn't a name I recognize, so that could be Sumter, because I don't recognize one for Broward, but Broward goes through judges so quickly, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it,
Handle those. You got
somebody
It
wrote
says-
Broward paper,
It says Sumter in IMS.
so it's probably Sumter then. Okay,
And Young refused.
The gentleman responded, he does.
okay. So, sir, can you tell me your name?
Señor, ¿me puede decir usted su nombre?
Alfonso Suárez Laborit.
Alfonso Suárez Lavoy.
Okay. And Mr. Suarez, you're the son of the defendant?
Señor Suárez, ¿usted es el hijo del acusado?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Were you present during any of the time that this occurred, this incident occurred?
¿Estuvo usted presente cuando este incidente o en cualquier momento durante este incidente ocurrió?
No.
No.
Okay. And the lady that is with you?
¿La señora que está con usted estuvo presente?
No.
No.
Okay. Are you here just to support your father?
¿Usted solamente se ha presentado hoy aquí en apoyo a su papá?
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. Have you had any contact with your mother?
¿Ha tenido usted contacto con su mamá?
No, mi mamá vive en Cuba.
No. My mother, she lives in Cuba.
Okay. So maybe this will help me a little bit better. Who is Nelsie Montes to you? Is that your stepmother?
Entonces tal vez esto me pueda ayudar un poco. Nelsie Montes, ¿quién es ella? ¿Ella es su madrastra?
Es correcto.
That is correct.
Okay. So I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, and I am finding that there's probable cause.
Yo he revisado el acta acusatorio, en este caso, señor, y determino de que existe suficiente indicio razonable para la acusación presentada en su contra.
Sir, is your father going to be able to come and stay with you for a little while?
Señor, ¿su papá va a poder quedarse con usted por un tiempo?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Suarez, I am going to release you on pretrial release so that you do not have to pay a monetary bond to get out of jail.
Señor Suárez, le voy a poner bajo libertad condicional. De esa manera, usted no va a tener el gasto de pagar una fianza monetaria.
I do have to issue a no contact order between you and your wife for right now. You
Lo que sí
signed-
voy a...
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, Your Honor, my apologies.
No, go ahead.
Lo que sí voy a ordenar es una orden de no contacto entre usted y su esposa.
I realize that this is your wife and you may want to change that, but the only one that can do that is the trial judge, Judge McGinnis.
Yo sé que usted quiere, tal vez quisiera cambiar eso, pero ella es su esposa y la única persona que podría cambiar eso sería el juez que va a estar a cargo de ese caso, quien será el juez McGinnis.
I am going to allow you to return one time to your home with law enforcement officers so you can retrieve any of your belongings that you may need.
Le voy a permitir regresar a su casa solamente una vez, acompañado de un agente de la ley, para que usted pueda recoger sus pertenencias.
I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
También le voy a ordenar que no puede tener en su posesión ningún tipo de arma, ni arma de blanca ni arma de fuego.
My last question for you is in regards to an attorney. Were you going to try to hire your own, or were you trying to have the services of the public defender appointed?
La última pregunta que le quiero hacer es con respecto al abogado. ¿Usted tiene la intención de contratar su propio abogado privado o desea usted solicitar o ver si usted califica para ser representado por el defensor público?
¿Eso va a ser aquí hoy o va a ser en corte en otro momento?
Is that going to be here today, or is it going to be down the road in another court hearing?
It would be for down the road. I'm talking about in the future, for anybody to represent your interests after today.
La representación sería para cualquier procedimiento que tome lugar en el futuro. Pero hoy, si usted desea la designación de un abogado para que le represente para todo ese procedimiento en el futuro.
Yo tengo mi propio abogado y cuando salga afuera, si es posible, pues yo voy a hablar con él para que él me haga la defensa.
I have my own attorney, and if it's possible, when I'm released, I'm going to talk to him and see if he is available to represent me.
Okay, because sir, you're not, at this point, you're not qualifying for the public defender. So I would talk to your own attorney, and then if you want to talk about getting a public defender later, you can ask Judge McGinnis.
Ok, señor, ya que usted no está siendo representado en estos momentos, entonces yo hablaría con su abogado. Pero en el futuro, si usted desea ser representado o tener representación legal, y usted desea la representación legal del defensor público, usted se lo puede comunicar al juez McGinnis.
Una pregunta, ¿cuándo tendría corte yo? ¿Va a ser hoy o va a ser en otro momento?
One question, when is it going to be my court date? Is it going to be today or down the road?
This will be your only court date today. You will get another court date when you are released, and that will be on your paperwork.
Hoy, esta es la única audiencia que usted tiene. Cuando usted le entreguen la documentación, en el momento de que usted es liberado, usted en ese documento va a poder ver la próxima fecha fijada para la próxima audiencia.
Okay.
So you're going to be released through pretrial services, and your son can come and pick you up probably in a couple hours, and they'll make sure that they get the information so that they can do that.
Usted va a ser
Go ahead.
Usted va a ser liberado bajo libertad condicional. Los servicios de libertad condicional van a procesar eso aquí hoy. Tomará aproximadamente 2 horas todo ese proceso para que sepa su hijo y venga y lo pueda venir a buscar.
Are there any questions from any of you?
¿Alguno de ustedes tiene alguna pregunta que me quiera hacer?
Mi pregunta es la siguiente. ¿No necesita que yo vaya a casa a ayudarlo o no es necesariamente no es necesaria mi presencia en este caso?
My question is the following. Is it necessary for me to go with him to the house to help him, or that is not necessary?
You don't have to go with him, just law enforcement would need to go with him.
Usted no tiene que ir con él. Solamente un agente de la ley es quien le tiene que acompañar a él.
Tengo una pregunta.
Sí, sorry.
Cuando se habla de que yo voy a recoger mi pertenencia, yo me estoy moviendo para otro lugar, necesito mi cama, necesito mis cosas, digo yo si se puede, ¿no? Porque yo estoy perdiendo mi casa, yo estoy perdiendo ya una condición de 25 años de vida en un lugar. Entonces, mi pregunta es que ¿qué puedo recoger? ¿Ropa, papeles o puedo recoger dónde voy a dormir?
I have a question. When we talk about belongings, does that include my bed, my clothes? Because really what's happening here is I'm just a 25-year span of my life is being broken. So I'm going to need some of my things to start living again. So is it just going to be my clothes and papers, or everything else?
Yeah, the intent of you going back one time with law enforcement is really to just get the items that you need to live for a short period of time. If you're going to need to start moving out and that sort of thing, that's something you're probably going to have to talk to Judge McGinnis. but I also think your attorney would be able to help you with that as well.
La intención de este permiso para que usted regrese a buscar sus pertenencias es simplemente para que usted pueda colectar sus pertenencias para vivir por un corto tiempo. Ahora, si usted va a necesitar recoger o mudar todas sus pertenencias fuera de la casa, entonces eso es algo que usted se lo va a tener que plantear al juez McGuinness o tendrá que hablar con el abogado que le esté representando.
Una pregunta, a ver si entiendo. Lo que me quiere decir la fiscal es que el tiempo que yo voy a estar fuera de mi casa va a ser un tiempo con un límite o es para toda la vida.
One question. What you're telling me is that the time that I'm going to be out of my house, is it going to be for a limited time or is it going to be for the rest of my life?
Sir, I don't have a crystal ball, so I really can't answer that question for you. It depends on if the state files formal charges. It depends on if your wife wants to cooperate. It could be whether or not you and she are getting a divorce, or this is just a bump in the road in your relationship. I can't answer that question for you.
Señor, yo no tengo una bola de cristal. Todo depende de la acusación que presente la fiscalía en su contra. También depende si su esposa va a contribuir o no va a contribuir, positiva o negativamente. Yo no sé si esto tampoco es simplemente un percance en el camino, en su relación, o va a ser un divorcio para una separación permanente. Yo no le puedo decir. Eso es algo que se desarrollará con el tiempo.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good luck to both of you. Thank you.
Gracias y buena suerte para ambos ustedes. Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that was everything for Spanish. Thank you so much for your help this morning.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. You have a wonderful morning.
You too. Bye-bye. Hi, good morning. This is Judge Martha Adams. Hello.
Hello, I'm Gelji. I'll be your Haitian Creole interpreter. My ID is 359766.
Hi, good morning. My name is Judge Martha Adams. I do have a person with me named Vernell Charles. And Mr. Charles is here on case number 2023 MM708AO. Mr. Charles, I just want to verify you need the services of the Creole interpreter?
Hello, bonjour. Moi, c'est interprète pour Creole haïtien. Moi, le juge Martha Adams. Moi, là, avec Vernell Charles sur dossier numéro 2023 MMAO. Est-ce que vous avez besoin d'un interprète pour Creole haïtien?
Oui, moi, besoin d'un interprète, bonjour, parce que moi, je ne parle pas anglais, et puis, si possible, si je suis un avocat, si c'est possible.
Yes, I need an interpreter because I don't speak English, and I also need a lawyer, if that's possible.
Yes, sir. I will go ahead and I have determined there's probable cause for the charge, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Oui, moi porter jugement que il y a une cause probable et moi pral nommer un défenseur public pour un défenseur public pour.
Okay.
And Mr. Charles, understanding that without your wife being present here this morning, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you.
Alors, Monsieur Charles comprend bien comme madame ou pas et là, je dis, m'a obligé passer un l'ordre pour rester sans contact.
Okay.
That order that's in front of
Un
you,
l'ordre.
I apologize. The order in front of you is
Alors,
just to sign.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I'll stop. Go ahead.
Alors, c'est un l'ordre, puis gars ou gain contact.
Comment?
Obviously, you're going to need to maintain a separate residence from your wife, and I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings you may need.
Alors, wap oblige genyen ale rete yon lot kote nan lot rezidans diferent que kote madame mou rete an. Map d'accord pour aller une seule fois retourner côté nan lokal lan pour qu'elle prenne affaire et wap aller avec des officiers de loi.
OK.
Avec la police.
You are also not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Ou pa gen droit genyen zam nan possession.
You also need to abide by any plans that DCF puts into place.
Et ou oblige suivre tout l'ordre que DCF mette en place.
OK. Et je vais poser une question, s'il vous plaît.
Can I ask a question?
Let me just tell you, I am going to release you on a $500 bond. That's probably the most important part.
Mwen pour aller relâcher ou sous yon caution $500. C'est parti ça qui gen doit pi important.
And if you could advise the client that I would recommend he not speak about the facts of the case. Everything is being recorded. I am providing a form with the attorney's phone number where he can have one-on-one, he could be one-on-one and speak about any facts or issues or defenses he may have about the case.
Alors, mwen avize ou pou pi ga ou pale de realite nan ka, pi ga ou pale de fait sous dossier, sous ka, parce que nous pral nommer avocat pour avocat ça sous capable en lieu privé ou discuter ka avec lui ou expliquer tout bagay.
OK. Et $500, ça,
Okay.
si toutefois je va gagner sur les champs.
Qui ça?
$500, on somme un bon de $500, si je va gagner, et pour le moment là, c'est comment on peut le faire ça?
So for the $500, if I don't have it now, how will I be doing this? What should I do?
You need to contact your attorney if that's going to be an issue and talk to them.
Sou pa kapab gen $600, faut rele avocat ou pou pale avec avocat ou sou ça.
Eh bien, ça veut dire, je ne sais pas joindre ni, mais pour le moment, je ne sais pas gagner là, et je n'ai pas contact, le téléphone n'est pas sous moi, sauf que je ne sais pas si je suis capable de mon papier ou bien un money order, après je me laguer pour me déposer.
So, I can get the money, but I don't have it with me now because I don't even have my phone. So I don't know if you will release me with paperwork and then I can just deposit the money order afterwards.
Sir, I'll let you discuss that with the corrections officers. I can't help you with that stuff, but if it ends up being a problem for you, like I said, you're being given the phone number for your attorney as well. Okay?
Alors, si vous voulez, on va parler avec bureau correction, officier correction, on va parler avec eux sur ça. Mais j'aime dire là, si c'est un problème, il y a un bon numéro de téléphone avocat, ou aller l'avocat pour parler avec de ça.
Mais est-ce que ma blague, je dis, je me connais parce que pour me faire démarche.
So, will I be released today? Because I would like to know.
That's entirely up to you. I don't know. That's why I said you need to talk to the corrections officers and possibly your attorney. I don't know.
Moi pas connais, c'est ça que fait me dit faut parler avec officier correction yo, avec avocat là.
OK.
Moi-même moi pas connais.
OK. Et moi j'ai une question dans envie poser s'il vous plaît. Et comme étant donné pas besoin d'entrer dans condition contact avec FIA et parce que ça que peut produire discussion pas veut produire et m'da même pour ta bon on permis parce que mon petit monde avec dame non t'avait font ADN pour petit monde. C'est juste parce que mon doute de petit monde non pas connaît est-ce que ça m'a tout profiter parler de ça pour bonne autorisation pour mal faire ou bien son l'autre là.
Okay, so since you said no contact order, then okay, I understand that. but I would like to know if I can get a permission or a permit to get a DNA test, because we have a child that I have doubts on. So can I have that now, or do I have to wait that for another time? I know you said not to talk about facts of the issue of what went on, so I don't want to really bring that up, but I just wanted to know if I could get a permit, like, about that.
Sir, I'm a criminal judge here to talk about whether you can be released from jail or not. If you want to have a DNA test about paternity, that's something you need to talk to a lawyer about. And your public defender is not going to be able to help you with that. You're going to need to hire a private attorney. Sir, I need to let you go because there are about 60 other people behind you waiting to talk to me. Do you have any more questions about your criminal case?
Alors, monsieur, moi-même, son juge criminel, moi, pour test ADN, nan, ou obligé parler avec un avocat pour ça. Et avocat défenseur public ou pas kaido avec ça. Ça sont avocat privé pour gagner. Moi, j'ai 60 moun captain dehors là, monsieur, pour parler avec moi. Est-ce que vous avez l'autre et question à propos de cas criminel ou?
Non, que c'est tout. C'est que je vais rejoindre un avocat et puis pour me payer comme là, $500 bon non. Et je connais. Si l'avocat m'a pas rejoindre, je connais ça me faire, je vais libérer. D'accord, c'est tout.
No, that's it. I'll just go to the lawyer and see if I can pay the $500 so that I can be released.
Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you.
D'accord, bonne chance, monsieur. Merci. Hello, this is the interpreter speaking. Is there anything else I can assist you with on this call?
No, thank you so much for your help today. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for using our services. Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Already have that. Yeah.
Okay, sir, you are Leandro Vicio Bautista? Did I say that properly? Okay. And sir, were you born on April 16th of 1990? Okay. Sir, you are here on case number 2023 CF 1310AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Based on count 1, that charge is punishable by life. Therefore, you're not entitled to a bond. You can get a bond, but you would need to do that in front of Judge Navarro, the trial judge. She's giving you some paperwork so you can contact your attorney. Count 2, I will give you a bond of $150. I am going to order that while you're currently incarcerated, that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, ma'am. Is your name Jessica Alsop?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Alsop, you were born on July 25th of 1989.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, this is a probable cause order that was signed by a judge. Actually, Judge Navarro signed it. It is in case number 2022 CF 14144AO. It's a count of felony battery with great bodily harm or causing permanent disfigurement. It's a $2,500 bond. She has also included, I don't know that she meant to do this. She included all the conditions. I think the most important ones are obviously the no contact with the victim, co-defendant, or witness, maintain separate residence, do not return to the scene of the offense, do not possess, consume any alcohol, illegal drugs, or controlled substances without a valid prescription, and no possessing any weapons or firearms. I don't have an affidavit for the public defender. Were you wanting the public defender appointed to represent you?
My mom has a paid lawyer.
Okay, do you know who that is?
It's Rose Hernandez.
Okay. Has your mom let them know that you've been arrested?
Well, I've been in jail for 30 days in North Carolina, waiting for Florida to pick me up.
Okay, so they're aware of everything going on.
Yes, ma'am. She told me to ask if I could get my bond lowered or to see, because we don't have very much monies because she put all the monies into the attorney.
So unfortunately, because it's a probable cause order, I can't touch the bond. Judge Navarro can. So that's why I can try to, that's why I was really asking you about the attorney. So what I would do is
Your Honor,
contact,
I believe you can adjust the bond on the warrant.
Am I eligible for like a pretrial release, maybe?
I don't think so, no ma'am.
They wouldn't even tell me what the charges were for, like who, what, when, or where. I'm not aware of what happened. Because I live in North Carolina the past 6
I was trying to
years.
see if it says maybe more.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, state would ask that the bond be stayed at 2,500. She does have prior criminal history and obviously or community ties to North Carolina. So state would ask that to be stayed at 2,500. State has been in contact with the victim, who is in fear of the defendant. So state would ask that to stay at 2,500 at this time.
May I ask who the defendant is?
You're the defendant.
Or who the person is that's putting the charges on me? I'm not aware of.
Yeah, the alleged victim in this case would have been a Richard Walsh Rosalia. This was for an event alleged to have occurred back on March 27th of last year.
Sometimes on the warrant, it says maybe modified, but I don't see any on there, Your Honor.
Right, because like I said, I've lived in North Carolina for 6 years. I haven't been in the state of Florida for a while.
And I think the state already filed.
That's something, again, you're gonna have to take up with Judge Navarro. So,
ma'am.
I just wanted to ask one question. The attorney that you were talking to, that your mom's been talking to, is that an attorney here in Florida or one in North Carolina?
This one here in Florida. She said that she's requested me to go to like a rehab or a dual diagnosis program.
Okay, well, I would stay in contact with her, and maybe she can get you that bond hearing in front of Judge Navarro, okay?
Okay,
Okay, good luck to you, ma'am, thank you.
thank you.
Hi, good morning, sir. Are you LaShawn Devonte Andrew?
Yes,
And were you born on January 13th in 1996?
yes.
Okay. One second. Hi, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Marla Burkhart.
Can you do me a favor since you're, yeah, thank you. It's really hard for me to hear you when you have your mask on. Say your name one more time.
Marla Burkhart.
Okay. And Ms. Burkhart, you are the alleged victim in this case. It's my understanding that you and Mr. Andrew have been together and you're currently pregnant with his child, correct?
No, that was never confirmed by a doctor, so.
It was never confirmed by a doctor?
No, so I'm not completely sure. I don't know if the cop misunderstood me when I was trying to explain that to him.
Okay. Well, yeah, I want to say the officer specifically wrote that the pregnancy has been medically confirmed and that Andrew is aware of the pregnancy.
He's
So-
aware of it, but I never medically went and found out.
Okay, but he's aware that you think you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, obviously in these types of situations, I do issue a no contact order. By you being here today, are you telling me that you're in agreement with that, or did you want something else to happen?
How long would the no contact order last for?
Until the case is resolved, or until you and Mr. Andrew go in front of the trial judge to have that changed? The alternative, just so you know, and for those of you that are sitting out there as well, normally I issue a no contact order. So that means you can't see them, call them, email them, text message them, send them any cards, letters, or gifts, have anybody call them on or get in touch with them on your behalf. And the alternative, I can issue a no hostile contact. A no hostile contact means no fighting, no arguing, no screaming at each other, but then obviously you would get to see each other.
Can you do the no hostile one?
You want to do the no hostile contact?
Yeah, and I had a question. Would he get a bond or no?
Yeah, that's what we're here for this morning. The first thing is I want to make sure you're safe and secure knowing that he would come home. And are you okay with that? Okay. So, Mr. Andrew, I have reviewed this case in 2023 CF 1383AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'll go ahead and set your bond at $2,500 on count one, $100 on count two. I am going to order that you guys have no hostile contact, so no fighting, no arguing. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? So you should be able to talk to a bondsman and get him out if you want to help, or he can let you know when he's posted his bond. Okay?
So if I was to get a bond, would he be bonded out the same day or?
Yeah. You would just need to talk to the bondsman.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you. Jason Brandon Dove. Okay, Mr. Dove, sir, your date of birth is February 8th of 1989? Okay. So, Mr. Dove, this was an arrest warrant that was signed by Judge Starr. She determined that there was probable cause. That being said, I am going to go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. This is in case number 2023 CF 1166 -0. It's out of Division 16. I am going to set the bond at $5,000 on count one, $100 on count two. Obviously, at this time, you're not going to be able to have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. That means you're not going to be able to see them, call them, text message them. No contact means no contact. That can change, but only if you get with your attorney, which she's given you the phone number for, and you get in front of the trial judge. Now, it's my understanding the two of you do live together, correct?
I live in my own apartment.
You live in your own apartment and she lives in her own? Okay. Do you have anything in her apartment that you need, like any phone or anything important? Okay. So I'll just include that you're to continue to maintain a separate residence, and then the only other condition is that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, sir. Are you Justin Paul King?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and sir, you were born on October 28th of 1990?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. King, you're here on 2023 CF 1395AO. This is in Division 12. I am going to go ahead and find that there's probable cause for the charge and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to set your bond in the amount of $2,500, but the conditions are that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. That order that you're signing is just acknowledging that you've been made aware that you're not to see him, call him, text him, email him, have any contact with him whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that this has to be like this for the rest of your life, but the only person that can change that is the trial judge, and they're going to be able to do that through your attorney. So you just need to contact your attorney and try to get a bond hearing in front of the judge if you want that to change. Okay? If you could, just sign the bottom of that for me. Because the two of you do live together, do you have someplace else that you can stay? Maybe a friend's house or a family member?
I would have to ask them. I'm not sure at this time.
Okay. Well, because of the no contact order, you are going to have to try to maintain a separate residence from him. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings that you may have. I am going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay? Okay. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Could I ask one other question?
Sure.
It's okay. If I am the person on the lease of the residence and he is not, we also have 2 kittens that we raise together, and I'm his method of transportation. I'm really not sure what to do about that.
So I was not aware that there were any, you said 2 children?
No, two kittens, cats.
Oh, kittens. I thought you said kids. I'm sorry. So you're on the lease. Does he have a key to the place?
He does. I just don't know if he's going to be staying there or if he's going to be
So
somewhere else. I just want to make sure that the cats are taken care of.
absolutely. So what I would do, sir, is when you go with law enforcement officers to get your belongings, obviously you may run into him, but that's why you have the law enforcement officer there so that the two of you don't get into an argument. But obviously, if he's there, you can ask the law enforcement officer if he's planning on staying there or more importantly, if he's moved out or it looks like he's moved out, then obviously my only goal was that you maintain a separate residence. So if he's gone, you can definitely move back to your place,
Okay. And when would this be happening?
starting right now.
Starting right now that I would be able to go do that?
Yeah, as soon as, if you can pay the bond to get out, yeah, you would be able to get out and go there now. Just make sure you call law enforcement so they can go with you.
And that would just be, how, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
I've,
So what I would do is I'd call the non-emergency line and just say, hey, I have a no contact order between my boyfriend and I, but I need to go back to my house to get some things and find out if he's there. Can you have an officer or a deputy meet us at that place?
do you, where would I find that number at?
Google?
Am I gonna have access to my phone to be able to do that?
Yeah, but I'm hoping you'll be out of jail by then, so it should be pretty easy. Okay? Okay, good luck. Thank you. Brian Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, your date of birth is July 24th of 2000?
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Lopez, you're here on 2023 CF 1400AO. I am finding that there's probable cause on this case. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Obviously, without your stepfather or ex-stepfather, however that may be, being present here today, I do have to issue that no contact order. That order in front of you, I'm just having you sign it to acknowledge that you're aware that that order is in place. It does not have to be permanent, but the only person that can change that is the trial judge, and that needs to be done with your stepfather present. Because of that no contact order, you're gonna need to find someplace else to live. Do you have someplace you can stay for a little while? Okay, so I'm just gonna put that you're to maintain a separate residence from him. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings that you may need. I'm also gonna order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. And I will go ahead and set your bond in the amount of $2,000, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Deshaun Love.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Love. Your date of birth is May 24th of 2000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is an arrest warrant in case number 2023 CF 345. It was signed by Judge Netcher. He's the one who determined probable cause. He did give you automatically a bond of $250 on count 2. However, here's what I'm willing to do. You are currently out on bond in case number 2022 CF 14361AO. I did review that. While those charges are pretty bad, they don't necessarily link to anything that's related to this incident that was alleged to have occurred on January 8th. So I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond for, but I am gonna set your bond at $5,000 on count 1, and I'm gonna increase count 2 to $500. I am gonna order that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case.
No.
The order that you're signing is just acknowledging that no contact order. It was kind of difficult, but it's my understanding the two of you do not live together, correct? Okay, so I just want you to maintain a separate residence from her and then not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? If you do have any weapons or firearms or ammunition, you do need to surrender that within 24 hours. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, Ms. Fleming, did you have any objection to that? You'll tell me if you do, right? Okay, thank you. Robert Michael Ortiz?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Ortiz, your date of birth, November 9th of 1973?
11/8, 1973.
1973, okay. And you are here on 2023 CF 1409AO. Okay, let's first talk about, you'd indicated that you get paid every 2 weeks and that and is that without fail, you always bring that amount home?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that after they've taken out taxes and everything?
Yeah.
Is it possibly any lower?
No.
No? No. The problem is you're not really qualifying for the Public Defender's Office. How much can he make a month? Is it 1,600 with no dependents? It's 20. 2,000. Do you think you'd be able to hire your own attorney?
It's possible.
Okay. You're really making too much money for me to appoint the Public Defender's Office at this time. But I am giving you a bond, so you're getting out. If after you get out and you have difficulty hiring an attorney, you can always let Judge Harris know, she's the trial judge, and see if maybe circumstances have changed or something like that. But right now, I am setting your bond at $100 on count 1, $2,000 on count 2. I am issuing a no contact order between you and Ms. Knight. That order is just you acknowledging that you're aware of that no contact order. Keep in mind, if you do violate it, you can get locked back up. So we don't want you to do that. Obviously, you're not going to be able to live in the same home with her right now, but I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so you can retrieve any belongings, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you. Dennis Paradis.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Paradis, your date of birth is September 3rd of 1974.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are here on 2023 CF 1203. That's a new law violation. That was from a warrant that was signed by Judge Starr. I did review that warrant. She determined probable cause, but I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
I am setting your bond at $10,000 on that case, and I am going to order that you have no contact with the alleged victim in that case. It also triggered a violation of probation, and that is out of your Brevard County cases. You're being held on the violation of probation with no bond.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Why don't you ask her first?
Your Honor, are there any other conditions other than no contact on the F2 AgBat?
Yes. I just figured he wasn't getting out anytime soon, but you're right. I should probably do that out of an abundance of caution. So, no return to her location? No weapons or firearms? No lighters? No, I don't. That's fine.
And he does have reporting requirements, just so he's aware.
Okay. So, sir, just remember, if you get out, you need to report to the sheriff's department. If you get out, you would just need to report to the sheriff's department for reporting requirements, okay?
Right, but I was just trying to see if I can get a bond for the VOP, so I don't lose my place to live or my vehicle or anything else.
You're gonna have to talk to the trial judge. Actually, you're gonna have to talk to the Brevard County judge for that one,
Mm-hmm,
okay?
okay.
Good luck, thank you. Ashley, is it Desh?
Ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Desh, I just want to verify you were born on May 3rd of 1994?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You do qualify for pretrial release, so I'll go ahead and release you on pretrial release. That way you don't have to post a monetary bond to get out of jail. Now, the only thing I do have to make you aware of is that right now, without Mr. Lopez being present, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. You signing that order just says that you're acknowledging that I've made you aware of that no contact order. If you violate it, you can end up being returned to jail for violating the conditions of your release. If you want that to change, just get with your attorney so that you can get in front of Judge McGinnis to have that changed. Obviously, this means that you're not going to be able to live with each other. You have someplace else you can stay for a while?
I can find somewhere, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just either if you can pay for a hotel or sleep on a friend's couch, whatever you need to do. I'll obviously allow you to go back to your home one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings. I'm also going to issue that you not possess any weapons or firearms and that you also not consume any alcoholic beverages or illicit substances while you're on release. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Amber Finstad? Amber's mental health, you said?
No.
Okay.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, on Ms. Finstad's case, it's 2023 MM724AO. I'll find probable cause assigned to Division 50. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent her. It does appear she has an open case in Texas, so I will go ahead and set her bond at $500. She is to have no contact with the victim in this case. She's not to return back to the scene. I will allow her to do so one time with law enforcement officers to retrieve any belongings. She's not to possess any weapons or firearms or alcoholic beverages or illicit substances. Actually, technically, I'm supposed to make her bond $1,000 because she's from Texas. So can we up it to 1,000? I apologize. Thank you.
And could you put in the order, Your Honor, as long as she maintains contact, she's allowed to return to Texas?
No, but I will do that. She's allowed to return to Texas, yeah. This is Shamari Ingram. Are you Miss Ingram? Yes. And were you born on December 9th of 1995?
Yes.
Okay. And this is, how about you tell me? Is it Aaliyah or Aliyah?
Yes, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah Bess? And Miss Bess, it's my understanding you and Miss Ingram have been living together for a while, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this is really a legal issue first, so let me talk to the attorneys real quick. My only concern, and it may just be with the way that the officer wrote the charging affidavit.
Great.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Jesus, take the wheel.
It is a full moon coming up.
It has to be, it has to be.
Okay, I think they're probably gonna make you leave because that's the fire alarm. So we'll come back though. The charging affidavit, the law enforcement officer in the second paragraph says that while they were arguing, Ingram intentionally started to push Bess. Bess did not wish to engage in a physical altercation, so she went into the bathroom and closed the door. Do you have anywhere where? She started to push her? Is that really a battery?
Well, then I guess forcefully opening the door. It doesn't say.
Oh, forcefully open the door against her will. Okay, that's good. My understanding though is that you didn't want all this to happen, so are you wanting to have contact with her?
We could do the no hostile contact.
Yeah.
She does have a plan to leave and go back home with her family and not live with me, which is perfectly fine. So, and like I said, she did only push me a little bit, but they said that they had to arrest somebody. So that's what happened.
Okay.
But yeah.
So let me ask you a question. I can issue a no hostile contact. That means that she would be allowed to come around you and see you. Obviously, you're just not allowed to fight. Is that okay?
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff still at the house, and together she can't bring law enforcement every single time.
Okay.
And I don't believe she's ever gonna hurt me. She
Okay.
wasn't. Yeah.
That's my main concern, is that you're safe and
Yes,
sound. So, Ms. Ingram, what I'll do is I'll appoint the public defender's office. You do qualify for pretrial release, so you don't need to post any monetary money to get out of jail. And then the only condition that I'll issue between the two of you is no hostile contact. So no fighting, no arguing, anything of that nature.
Your Honor, state would also ask for no weapons. There's allegedly the box cutter and
Oh, yeah.
other things.
And no weapons or firearms. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, ma'am.
They're gonna talk to her. She'll probably be able to be released in about an hour or two.
Okay.
But she'll be able to contact you and let you know, okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is this Ravi Iver?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I say your last name properly?
Iyer, yes.
Iyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Iyer, were you born on April 11th of 1984?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Iyer, I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do see that your girlfriend really wasn't very cooperative with law enforcement, so therefore she may want to have contact with you. Unfortunately, without her being present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order. That can change, but the only way that that can happen is if you get with your attorney and get in front of Judge McGinnis. You signing that piece of paper just is acknowledging that you're aware that the no contact order is in place and that you can be violated for the conditions of your release if you violate that order. Obviously, this is gonna mean that you're gonna need to maintain a separate house from her or a separate home from her. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings. I'm also gonna order that you not possess any weapons or firearms, but I will go ahead and release you on a $500 bond, okay? And she's gonna give you the phone number for your attorney so you can contact them. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, is it Christopher Lucane?
Yes.
Did I say that properly?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Lucane, your date of birth is December 28th of 1995?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Again, I know that your wife had indicated that she really didn't want to participate in this. However, that's not really up to her at this point because you got arrested. She's not here to tell me otherwise, so I do have to issue that no contact order. You signing that order is you acknowledging that you've been made aware of that, and if you violate that order, you can be arrested for violating the conditions of your release and also possibly new charges. Now, I'm appointing the public defender. She'll give you a phone number so you can contact your attorney, and if you want to change the no contact order, that would need to be done in front of Judge McGinnis. Until that time, you are going to need to maintain a separate residence from your wife. I will go ahead and allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. As DCF was contacted, I would also order that you abide by any plans that they put into place. It doesn't appear that he qualifies for PTR, but I will set your bond.
He does, Your Honor.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, his fingerprints have cleared. He does qualify.
Okay, so you do qualify for pretrial release, so I'll go ahead and release you onto PTR so that you don't have to pay a monetary bond to get out, but you'll just need to abide by those conditions. Okay? And no weapons or firearms, yes. Good luck, sir, thank you. Samantha Maldonado? Okay, Ms. Maldonado, your date of birth is October 4th of 1990, is that correct? Okay. Here we go. Okay, and in the box, I'm assuming that this is David Ortega?
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Ortega, and you have all 3 children?
yes.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, oh no, they were contacted. Okay. So, Mr. Ortega, I know that you had indicated to law enforcement that you were not wanting to cooperate. You understand the state of Florida is the one that brings the charges. Obviously, you're a alleged victim and you're a witness in this case, so your testimony is important, but the state are the only ones that can bring the charges or drop the charges. So you do need to contact the state attorney's office. I'm sure they'll get in touch with you as well. But let me ask you, are you here because you want to continue the no contact order, or were you wanting to have contact with your wife?
Well, actually, yes. I went yesterday to the state attorney, to the court and everything, and I spoke with her. I actually been in touch with Natalie. She's an advocate for the state attorney, and I let her know I wanted to drop charges, that pretty much this was a little bit exaggerated, and I'm 6 feet, I'm a military man, security, CNA. She's 5 feet,
So,
you know.
and I'm glad that you let them know, just so you know, they may not drop it right away. They may also make you participate in one of their programs,
Oh, we
but
want one. We're willing to go through it too. We've been trying to get the help, you know. We're going through a lot, but we have God as our foundation. So yes, it may seem crazy, but we always come back to it, and we are looking for resources, just the time being with money,
okay.
insurance and
Well,
stuff. but
good,
we are
we'll talk
looking.
to them. I know having 3 kids can be a
Yeah.
lot, so I'm assuming though that you want her to come home and you want.
Definitely. The
Okay.
kids need her mom, their moms, you know.
Okay. So, Ms. Maldonado, what I'll do is go ahead and, this is, I don't know if I did it or not, this is on 2023, MM 72780. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm gonna release you on pretrial release, that way you don't have to pay any money to get out of jail. The only conditions that I'm gonna put in place are that you have no hostile contact with your husband, no fighting, no arguing, no screaming at each other. I don't want you to possess any weapons or firearms. That's probably not going to be an issue for you. And because DCF was notified, just make sure you comply with any order that they put into place.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I do. Really quick, I also spoke to the DC for the children.
Uh-huh.
Well, yesterday I spoke with the guy, and he took pictures, took notes, and he said everything is fine here, and that as soon as I get out and I have her, I have his number to reach out, or he'll reach out to either of us.
Okay.
That was taken care of as well, yes.
Perfect. So you guys are doing everything that you need
Yes,
to.
definitely.
So she'll be released very shortly, and you'll be able to pick her up, okay?
Is it, sorry, is it worth like waiting or like go home, come back type of thing?
It can be up to several hours, so.
Yeah, it can take
if you
a
have the
couple
kids,
hours.
Okay, I'll
It might
come
be
back.
better just to go home and wait for a call.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, I appreciate it.
They probably don't want to hang out here anymore.
They
anyway.
don't, and this one probably does, but
Okay. Good luck to both of you, okay?
see you later, baby.
Bye. Thank you so
All right,
much.
Have a good day, guys.
good morning, sir. Your your name first is Robins Mondesir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did I say your first name
Yes,
properly?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And were you born on March 4th of 1996?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, I did review the charging affidavit. This is in case number 2023 MM714AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to go ahead and release you on a straight pretrial release so that you don't have to pay any money to get out of jail. But, sir, obviously, without your girlfriend being present here today, I do have to issue this no contact order. That doesn't necessarily have to remain that way, but it does mean that you're not allowed to see her, call her, contact her in any way. What you can do, first of all, signing that order just says that you're aware of the order. What you can do is contact your attorney if you want that to change, but that would have to be done in front of Judge McGinnis. Obviously, that's going to mean that you two can't live together, so you're going to need to maintain a separate residence. I will allow you to return one time to your home if you need to retrieve any belongings. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. I don't have anything about DCF. I wasn't sure if the child
I
was.
believe they were called on the front page.
Okay, so I am gonna put that any plan that DCF puts into place that you do need to abide by that.
Yes, Your
Okay? Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Well, my girlfriend, I'm the one who's taking care of her and the baby as well. So, in that case, because she was forced to call the cops and she was afraid. So, what am I supposed to do in that case? Because I'm the one who provide. I'm actually the provider with everything.
And I understand
What
that,
can I do
but
in that
right
case?
now, because she's not here and I can't take testimony from her,
Okay.
if you go back to your home and you live with her, you're gonna end up back in jail with no bond at all.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you think that that needs to change, you need to get with your attorney so that they can possibly reach out to her and have a bond hearing to see if they can change that.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
Okay, so you have someplace else you can live
Yes,
until
Your Honor.
then? Okay, okay, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Mr. Monroe.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Monroe, your date of birth is January 9th of 2004?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, I did review the charging affidavit. This is in 2023 MM719AO. I am finding probable cause. I am also noting that you're currently out on bond. So here's what I'm gonna do. On the 2023 CF4AO, I do note that it's a fairly new charge. The charges aren't necessarily related, so I'm not gonna take any action on that case. However, on this new law violation, I am gonna set your bond at $1,000. I am gonna order that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. I'm also gonna order that you surrender any firearms or ammunition within the next 24 hours and that you not possess any weapons or firearms. It's my understanding the two of them do not live together, so that shouldn't be an issue. Do you have any belongings at her house that you need to get?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Was there any objection from the state on that? Okay. Hi, good morning, sir. Are you Andres Sanchez Morales?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you born on November 26th of 1985?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And may I ask who is in the witness box?
My name is Leo Montero. I'm his brother, and this is our mother.
Okay. And were you or your mother present during the incident?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. You're just here to support your
Yes.
your brother and your son. Okay. So, let's see. Wait. So, let's talk about a couple things. As far as the public defender's office, were you gonna try to hire your own attorney, or did you want the public defender to represent you?
We had already contacted a lawyer. His name is Roger Whedon.
Okay, so Mr. Whedon will take care of this, because you don't qualify for the public defender, so I'll just go ahead and throw that away, since they've already contacted Mr. Whedon on your behalf. So, Mr. Sanchez, you do qualify for pretrial release. That means you don't have to post any monetary bond to get out of jail. The only conditions would be that you're not to have any contact with your wife at this time. Obviously, that may not be something that's gonna last forever, but the only person that could change that would be Judge McGinnis, the trial judge. I'm assuming that he can come and stay with either of you until some of this gets resolved?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay.
They already called him. I already gave.
They already okay, perfect. So it sounds like you can stay with your brother. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve any belongings that you may need at your home. You need to surrender any firearms to law enforcement within the next 24 hours because you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Did I miss anything? Nope. Okay. So you are all set. So you'll probably be released like in a couple hours or two, and they'll be able to come and pick you up. Just make sure that if you want that no contact order changed, that you do that with the trial judge. Do any of you have any questions? No? No?
I gotta give up my weapons, but my brother was telling me that she took my weapons from my apartment.
Okay. Well, if there are none for you to surrender, then you're at least not in possession of them. So as long as you're not in possession of them, that's a standard thing for domestic violence cases. So just if she happens to give them back, then you need to turn them over.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So for the no contact order, they also have 2 daughters, and he takes them to school and he gets them ready in the morning. So how would that work out?
So does his wife get along well with your mom? Not really?
No.
No? Does she get along well with you?
No.
No?
Not that.
Mr. Whedon's probably gonna be able to be the best one to talk to you about that, but obviously, I will include in the no contact order that I have no objection to communication only in regards to transferring the children between each other. So that way, if you have to talk to her, I'm hoping somebody else can do it because that makes it a lot easier just for both of you anyway. But if you have to talk to her, you can at least talk to her about, who's picking up the kids or not, but that's it, okay? But just remember, that's usually text messages, and if you write something, that can flow up. So just don't talk about anything other than the kids. Okay? Okay, good luck, thank you. I would just put the no contact, but say, he is allowed to discuss with her, child care. Okay, and is this Ms. Smith? And Ms. Smith, how do you say your first name? Dacia, okay. And were you born on November 12th of 1985? Yes, ma'am. Okay. And I am gonna assume that this gentleman in the box is Mr. Merchant and you're her husband, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And, Mr. Merchant, probably not a good day yesterday, but in any case, were you wanting your wife to come home and have contact with her? Or did you want to continue the no contact order that I would normally issue?
I would love my wife to come home, Your Honor.
Okay. Does your wife want to come home? Okay, okay. So, let me just make sure. Does she qualify now?
She does. Her fingerprints have cleared. She does qualify, yes.
So, Ms. Smith, you do qualify for pretrial release. So I'm going to go ahead and release you on that pretrial release. That means you don't have to post a monetary bond to get out of jail. You'll just be supervised by pretrial services. The conditions of that are that you're to have no hostile contact with your husband, no fighting, no arguing, no screaming at each other. I don't want you to possess any weapons or firearms. And then just stay in contact with your public defender, who I'm definitely going to appoint to represent you. And that was on case number 2023 MM723AO. Sir, do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't, Your Honor. I do appreciate that everything worked out and she's able to come home today.
Okay. I agree. And then, so she will get out probably like in an hour or two,
Okay.
maybe a little bit longer, so she'll be able to call you. Okay? Do you have any questions? Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Anthony Lamar Wright? Okay, good afternoon, or, I don't even know what time it is. It's still morning. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Were you born on December 28th of 1981? Okay. Sir, you are here on case number 2023 MM71880. This is, I am finding that there's probable cause on this charge. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to release you on a $500 bond. The conditions are, though, that you are not to have any contact with your girlfriend at this time. Now, I know Ms. Rodriguez-Torres is not here today, so I can't take any testimony that tells me otherwise. If she wants to have contact with you or you want to have contact with her, the only one that can change that is Judge McGinnis. If you violate the no contact order, you can run the risk of being arrested and pulled in with no bond for violating the order. I know you guys were living in that hotel. You still have belongings there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to put that you're to maintain a separate residence from her because it's possible that she may have left, but I know you'd also pulled all your stuff together, so you may want to leave. You just obviously, because you can't have contact with her, you can't live with her. I'll allow you to return to pick up any belongings that you have if you need to. You're also not to possess any weapons or firearms. Okay?
Ma'am,
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, could I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
When I go to pick up my things, is the two security guards that works overnight, are they law enforcement officers, or would I need them to call the police?
I'd have him call the police just to be safe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank
good luck. Thank you. Okie dokie. You are Michael Allen Akers?
Ma'am.
Mr. Akers, you're here on two cases. They are out-of-county. I have an out-of-county warrant with a $2,000 bond on each count for a total of $4,000. That's out of that's out of Polk County. And then, I apologize. Then there's another warrant also out of Polk County. That one has no bond. Oh, they're both on the same sheet. That's what's throwing me off. Okay, so one has no bond, and then the other one has two 2000s. So, am I temporarily appointing the PD when they have no bond?
No, Your Honor.
Because if they don't get picked up, they come back before me, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
So they should come pick you up within the next 24 hours. It's Polk County. We'll see. But if not, they'll bring you back, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck, sir. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Cummins is here on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. It does have a bond amount of none, so actually, I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him since. Yeah. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office since it's a Ninth Circuit case. But we'll waive his appearance if that's okay with Ms. George.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Gerard refused?
Douglas refused. Thaddeus Douglas, he refused.
Okay. Gerard bonded, okay. How about, Caleb Kismarek? Okay. I'm sorry? Oh, here's Douglas. It was just a little bit out of order. Let me put this on the record, sir. So on Mr. Douglas's case, he has an out-of-county warrant from Osceola. The bond has been set at none. Since I'm really not sure,
State would request no action.
yeah, I'll take no action on the case that he's out on bond for. Okay, and sir, did I say your last name properly? How did you?
Close, Kazmarsik, yes, ma'am.
Kazmarsik? Okay. And sir, you're here on a warrant out of Lake County. The bond has been set at none, and Lake County should pick you up within the next 24 hours or so, okay? Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Woods is medical.
Medical? Okay, I'll just go ahead and note he is here for out-of-county bonds, and all of the bonds are set at none, and that's from Seminole, so we'll just let Seminole pick him up when and if he gets out of the hospital. And sir, you are Quincy Campbell?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Campbell, you are here on 2022 CF 305780. This is a violation of probation warrant signed by Judge Navarro. She has set your bond at none. Are you gonna hire the public, or are you gonna hire an attorney, or did you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Public defenders.
So let me ask you a question. Obviously, with you being incarcerated, you're not gonna be able to get paid, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and change this. They were saying you didn't qualify, but I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you since you're gonna be out of money with a no bond status. Hopefully, though, they can get you a bond hearing in front of Judge Navarro. She's given you a phone number so that you can reach out to them to do that. Okay?
This for Judge Navarro?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good luck. Thank you. Gilberto Castro?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Castro, you were born April 15th, 1992?
Yes, ma'am.
So, were you gonna hire your own attorney, or did you want to see if you qualified for the public defender?
I was gonna see if I qualify for a public defender.
So, you're here on case number 2013 CF 431780. I'm assuming that you're getting paid because you're out of custody, but with you being in custody, you're gonna make no money. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this, that you do qualify for the public defender's office because your income will be at none. And I'll appoint them to represent you. This is in Division 17. So she's gonna give you a piece of paper with the phone number for your attorney in that division. Just give them a call and they'll try to get you in front of the trial judge for a hearing on that. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
And Mr. Castro does have reporting requirements.
Okay, there's just reporting requirements when you get out. Okay, thank you. Jordan Jenkins.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jenkins, good morning. Your date of birth, April 29th of 2000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first thing I have is a violation of probation. That is on case number 2022 CF 617280. The bond has been set at none. I am going to go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Then I also have this new charge of 2023 MM 70980. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you on those charges as well. I'll go ahead and stay the bonds at 500 on count 1, 100 on count 2, and 100 on count 3. She's gonna give you a piece of paper that has the phone number for your attorney on the felony charge, well, on both cases. But reach out to them and they can try to possibly get you a bond hearing on the no bond case. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Kenneth Lee. Good morning, Mr. Lee. Your date of birth, December 25th of 1969.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have a warrant that was signed by Judge Weiss in case number 2021 CF 36580. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. She's gonna get you the phone number for the attorney that's gonna represent you on this case. Try to get in touch with them to see if they can get you a bond hearing in front of Judge Weiss, okay? Good luck, sir. Thank you. Alonzo Maxine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Maxine, were you born April 18th of 2002?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have a new law. Is this a new? No, it's an arrest warrant. Okay. So there was an arrest warrant that was signed by Judge Egan. That's in 2022 CF 14362 AO. He determined probable cause. He has set your bond at $75,000 on count 1, $15,000 on count 2, $5,000 on count 3, $1,000 on count 4, $500 on count 5, and $500 on count 6, for a total of $97,000. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Then there is also a violation of probation. That's in case number 2021 CF 5623 AO. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. On that case, Judge Egan also signed that warrant, and that bond has been set at none. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Jarrett, is it Meister?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Meister, were you born on July 22nd of 1994?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have 2023 CF 1029 AO. This was a warrant signed by Judge Starr. She determined probable cause. She also set your bond in the amount of $2,500 on each count for 4 counts for a total of $10,000. Did you want me to appoint the public defender, or are you gonna hire your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am. You're getting appointed the public defender.
Okay, we'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is also the violation of probation, yes, which is in 2021 CF 1488. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on that as well. That bond has been set at none, but she's given you the phone number for your attorney. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
On
Thank
the
you.
Berg structure case, can he stay?
Oh.
State would ask for no return, no contact.
Yeah, I'll just put that if you get out of jail, not to return back to that location, okay? On the burglary charge. Thank you. Wayne Robert Thomas. Mr. Thomas, were you born October 18th of 1982?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, I have a warrant that was signed by Judge Barber for a violation of probation. She set your bond at none. That's in case number 2018 CF 7041 AO. Were you wanting to have a public defender appointed, or are you gonna hire your own attorney?
I already have a private attorney.
Okay, and who's your attorney?
It's with Mark E. Jane's office.
Okay, does Mr. Nejame or somebody in his office know that you've been picked up on the warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Andrew Cool. And Mr. Cool, were you born on January 22nd of 1985? Okay. So I have 2 cases here. One is an arrest warrant for a violation of probation. That's signed by Judge Jewett. That's in case number 2022 MM 684 AO. She set your bond at none, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Then there is a capias for a failure to appear for an arraignment. That's in case number 2022 CT 1633 AW. That bond has been set at $500, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office if they were not previously appointed to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Are you Mr. Kennedy?
No, I'm Harris.
Okay, did I have a Philip Kennedy? Oh, okay, what, you're Mr. Harris? Okay, just got you out of order, no worries. Mr. Harris, you were born January 31st of 1998?
Yes, ma'am.
That's kind of a crappy way to celebrate your birthday, huh? I'm sorry. Well, let's see. It's just the one case though, right?
There's 2.
Oh, there's 2. Here, I found it. Okay. Oh, these are the over-the-line cases. Okay, yes. So both of these cases are gonna be Osceola cases, but because you got arrested in Orange County, they brought you here. That being said, you do have bonds on this. Well, you don't have on the fleeing and attempting to elude, but you will have one. I will go ahead and set your bond at $1,000 on the fleeing and attempting to elude and $500 on the no valid driver's license charge. On the possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, I'll stay the bond at $2,500. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Next, I have Mr. Kennedy.
Yes,
And Mr. Kennedy, you were born June 14th of 1978?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, you're here on Osceola charges. So they'll get you a court case in that county, but I am going to go ahead and stay the bonds at $1,500 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. Okay?
And Sue just asked for no weapons.
And no possessing weapons or firearms. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, would I be able to bond out from here?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, I have a couple of 33-day orders. You ready, Ms. Fleming?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. The first case I have is Anthony Galloway, 2022 CF 14826AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Sorry, I just got to change the date on these. Wilkember Fernand, 2022 CF 15002AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Deja Alexis Cruz, 2022 CF 12079AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Deshaun Markey Thomas, 2022 CF 15035AO.
Denied, and information was filed.
And Joseph Anthony Rodriguez, 2022 CF 14997AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay, that was everything I had for this morning. It is now 11:40. I can't believe we finished before noon. That's pretty good. What time would you guys like to come back?
What,
Can we do 1?
1? Does 1 work, Your Honor?
1 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that okay with corrections?
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see you then. Thank you. So we'll be in recess until 1 o'clock.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Thank you, Mr. Barrera. I've got a case for you for initial appearances. We are in 4E in Osceola, and we are piping it through the courtroom for initial appearances. Case is 23CF325. He is already at the microphone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Buenas tardes, caballero. Por favor, dígame su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento despacito y en voz alta, por favor.
Augusto Maldonado, mayo 7, 1985.
Augusto Maldonado, May 7th, 1985.
And Your Honor, we would like to waive the reading of the charges.
Su señoría, queremos excusar que se lea la lectura de los cargos.
Sir, do you understand the 2 charges that you've been picked up on?
Señor, ¿usted entiende los 2 cargos por cual usted ha sido detenido?
Sí.
Yes.
The court has reviewed the charging affidavit.
El tribunal ha revisado la affidavit de los cargos
I do find there's sufficient probable cause.
y determinó que existen suficientes indicios razonables.
You do not qualify for pretrial release.
Usted no reúne requisitos para la libertad provisional.
Bond to be set on count 1 in the amount of $5,000.
La fianza estará programada en el primer cargo, $5,000,
Count 2 in the amount of $1,000.
y en el segundo cargo, $1,000 de fianza.
You are not to have any contact with Kairia Sanchez Casanova.
No se le permite tener contacto con Kairía Sánchez Casanova.
No contact means no in-person contact.
Eso significa que se le prohíbe el contacto personal o presencial.
No third-party contact.
No puede tener contacto por terceras partes
No social media contact.
o contacto por redes sociales.
No telephone contact.
Contacto telefónico.
No contact whatsoever. Do you understand?
No puede tener contacto en absoluto. ¿Usted entiende eso?
Entiendo.
I understand.
You're also not to return to 611 Basingstoke Court.
También se le prohíbe regresar al 611 Basingstoke Court.
You can go back one time with the assistance of law enforcement to obtain your personal items only.
Se le permitirá regresar una sola vez acompañado de un agente del orden público para recopilar sus pertenencias personales solamente.
Thank you, sir. You may have a seat.
Gracias, caballero. Puede tomar asiento. Thank you.
Mr. Barrera, would you mind making an announcement just to make sure we don't have anyone else needing your services, please?
Certainly, Your Honor. Su atención, por favor, si hay alguna otra persona presente que necesite los servicios del intérprete en español, por favor, alce la mano en este momento.
Well, I cannot see the other side of the room, but I don't see anyone
I don't see anyone.
approaching. All right. Thank you, Mr. Barrera. Have a good afternoon.
You as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nicholas Rosario. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Nicholas Rosario, 10/21/1999.
Thank you. Mr. Rosario, you've been picked up on a warrant out of Orange County in case number 2020 CF 3723. There is no bond on that, sir. They will be notified that you're here and ready for pickup. Thank you. Crystal San Pedro Thayer.
Could you repeat the name, Your Honor?
Crystal San Pedro Thayer.
I've been told, Your Honor, that she's detoxing currently.
Okay, would you like to waive her appearance, or do you want me to reset it for when she's available?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I've not been able to communicate with this client, so I'm not able to waive her appearance.
Okay, well, she doesn't get time until I handle it. Reset for when she's available. Trey Williams. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
T.A. Williams, 12/11/86.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up on 3 warrants for violation of probation. One of them is for case number 2022 CF 837. There's no bond on that. The other one is 22 CF 439. There's no bond on that. And 22 CF 444. There's no bond on that, sir. Do you have his next court date, or is it on demand?
VOP arraignment, February 14th, 8:15 a.m., courtroom 5F for all cases.
Thank you. Alexis Van Kesteren.
Your Honor, I provided you the information and the original warrant.
Good afternoon, ma'am. State your name and date of birth, please.
Alexis Van Kesteren, November 16th, 1996.
Thank you. Ma'am, you've been picked up as a result of an arrest warrant for charges of petty theft and resisting merchandise recovery. Looks like the state has filed an information on the actual petty theft charge. The arrest warrant found probable cause when it was issued. I've reviewed it and I do concur with it. Bond is going to be set on count 1 in the amount of $250. Count 2, the amount of $500. You're not to return to the Walmart. Additionally, it looks like you're out on pretrial release for 22 CF 3284. Court will be revoking that and setting it at 0. Thank you.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's just the information filing for petty theft, you still want both counts on the order? Because the original warrant had 2 counts, petty theft and the other one, and the information only has 1. So should I just leave petty theft on the order, or should I have two? Your discretion.
No, the resisting is gonna have to be an ROR since they've already filed an information on one charge.
Okay.
So.
Or just not mention it at all, because it's not on the information.
However you do your paperwork.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in my lane on that.
PTR, just petty theft, 250,
Okay.
because we're doing it per information.
And then revoke.
Sorry, Judge, I just wanted clarification.
okay. Jihad Scott. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Scott, 11/15/1993.
Thank you. Mr. Scott, you've been picked up as a result of an arrest warrant that this court issued for a convicted felon failure to register. I found probable cause when I issued the warrant. Your bond to be set in the amount of $500. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, and you're not to return to the King's Inn Motel. You do need to be aware that you have a couple warrants out of Georgia. They're non-extraditable, so we won't be taking any action with those.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Deputy, is he here for a 1:30? No?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so what they did is they set this in error. I'm not 4B, I'm 4E. No one ever bothered to coordinate this with me. Obviously, I'm in here right now, and then I have pre-trials after that, so it has been reset. Yeah, there should be a notice in there already. Daniel Sanchez Nieto. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Daniel Sanchez, 9683.
Thank you. Mr. Sanchez, you've been picked up as a result of a failure to appear arraignment in 2016 CT 2556. There's a $1,000 bond on that, sir. Thank you. Would they like me to go ahead and take her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Evelyn Harkins?
Red tab, Your Honor.
Oh. Why did I go faster? Good afternoon. State your name and date of birth, please.
Evelyn Harkins, December 25th, 1960.
Thank you, Ms. Harkins. It's good to see you again. You've been picked up as a result of a failure to appear warrant that was issued in 22 MM 1827. There's currently no bond on that. Mr. Lawson, there is an order for her to be evaluated by Dr. Duros. We're going to need your office to get that set up and get it accomplished so that Judge Sanders can then review and see about releasing her.
Yes, Your Honor, will do.
Thank you.
Your Honor, she has a competency hearing on February the 9th, 11 a.m. with Judge Sanders.
Right, but they have no evaluation, so.
Should I talk to the court clerk about forwarding it a little
Yes.
bit more?
Yes. Until they get that evaluation.
Okay.
Judge Sanders can reset it.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harkins. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Michael Harnish? Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Michael Harnish, 1/14/1987.
Thank you. Mr. Harnish, you've been picked up on a couple of cases. The first one is an arrest warrant that was issued for petty theft, third or subsequent offense. Probable cause was found when the arrest warrant was issued. I've reviewed it and I do concur. Bond to be set in that matter in the amount of $1,000. You're not to return to the Walmart, and you're not to have any contact with any of the witnesses. The next matter is also an arrest warrant for petty theft, third or subsequent offense. Again, probable cause was found when the warrant was issued. I have reviewed it, and I do concur with the finding. Bond to be set on that one in the amount of $1,000. You're not to return to the target, and you're to have no contact with the victim. Next one is petty theft, third or subsequent offense. Again, an arrest warrant where probable cause was found when it was issued. Court has reviewed it. I concur with the finding. Bond to be set in the amount of $1,000. You're not to have any contact with the victim, and you're not to return to target. And then finally, another arrest warrant where probable cause was previously found. I have reviewed it and I concur. Bond to be set in the amount of $1,000. You're not to return to the target. Thank you, sir. Manuel Cotto?
And Your Honor, I do have some argument for release.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Manuel Cotto. I'm 1987.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of failure to appear for public defender pretrial conference in case 22MM1511. There's zero bond set on that. Counsel, what is your argument?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has let me know that he has to attend physical therapy weekly as a result of intensive back surgery that he's been ongoing for several months. He's supposed to get back surgery again this month, and he has already received several epidurals for this back surgery. Obviously, the jail is not able to provide the medical assistance he needs, Your Honor, and so we would ask for Your Honor to set reasonable bond.
Request will be denied. You're welcome to file an appropriate motion with the trial judge for her to hear the facts and make a determination. Thank you.
Public defender pretrial, April 12th, 8:15 a.m., courtroom 4A.
Octavia Clark. Good afternoon, ma'am. State your name and date of birth, please.
Octavia Clark, 06/20/2002.
Ms. Clark, you've been picked up as a result of a warrant for failure to appear for arraignment in 22MM2893. There's no bond on that, ma'am. Thank you. Alexander Benzies. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Alexander Benzies, 10/7/1986.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of possession of cocaine and possession or use of drug paraphernalia. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause. It appears you qualify for direct pretrial release. The court will grant that with the conditions of no consumption of alcohol or drugs and random urinalysis.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Brian Estrup. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
1468.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up on a couple of matters. The first is possession of controlled substance without a prescription, to wit, morphine sulfate 30 milligrams, as well as possession or use of drug paraphernalia. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause. You do not qualify for pretrial release. Bond will be set on count 1 in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, the amount of $500. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs. The second matter is a warrant for failing to appear for sentencing in 2020 MM 979. There is zero bond on that, sir. Thank you. Delaney Fielder.
She's in the case, Your Honor. They're going to get her.
Thank you.
And I do have a probable cause argument for this case, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon. State your name and date of birth, please.
Delaney Lynn Fielder, 111183.
Thank you. Been picked up as a result of drug possession, methamphetamine within 1,000 feet of a worship or a business place.
That's not correct.
Ma'am, please do not interrupt me. And you will allow the attorney to speak. You do not need to argue with me about what you have or have not been picked up on. I'm just providing you information. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Additionally, you've been picked up as a result of drug equipment possession or use. Counsel, you said you had a probable cause argument?
Yes, Your Honor. As to the drug possession of methamphetamine within 100,000 feet of a worship or business place, Your Honor, I fail to see where in the affidavit it actually says she was in possession of methamphetamine. I see where the officer accuses my client of having paraphernalia on it. There's no indication that there was actually any kind of methamphetamine on her person, Your Honor, that I can see.
Give me just a moment. What about the burnt residue in the pipe?
Residue in
Ma'am?
the only thing I have.
State, I see you standing. Would you like to respond?
Yes, Your Honor. Specifically in this case, the officer advises that he found a napkin. There was no crack cocaine in the napkin, and then the defendant proceeded to take out a pipe from her sleeve and place it under the dirt next to her. When this pipe was tested, the test kit did provide positive results for the presence of methamphetamine. Therefore, Your Honor, based upon the napkin, which the defendant admitted that there were narcotics in, plus the presence of meth in the pipe, the state would argue that there's probable cause for possession of methamphetamine within 1,000 feet of a church, because as the officer goes on to describe, the area next to the defendant where she was arrested was Church of Christ of Kissimmee. Due to these facts, the state would argue that there is sufficient probable cause within the four corners of this affidavit that the defendant both possessed methamphetamine within 1,000 feet of a church and possessed drug paraphernalia.
Mr. Lawson, anything further to add to your argument?
Just, Your Honor, I mean, the facts of the affidavit indicate that the napkin was empty, Your Honor. I mean, that.
Right, but the pipe was not, Mr. Lawson. How about you speak to that?
Your Honor, I would just say that it was affidavit indicates that it was residue. We have no idea how much it actually was, or whether there was whether it was just a grimy film, or whether it was actually any kind of methamphetamine in the pipe. And Your Honor, just so the record is clear, my name is Wasson with a W.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just want to make sure the record is clear.
Thank you. All right, well, the court's going to find probable cause as to both charges. There is information contained within the affidavit regarding a burnt residue in the pipe, testing presumptive positive for methamphetamines. I am going to revise the bond, though. Bond on count 1 will be set in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, the amount of $500. She is not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs. Additionally, it looks like she is out on out on ROR for 22 MM 2811. Court will be revoking the ROR and setting her bond at $1,000 in that case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ariam Perez Mendoza.
Just one moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I do have argument for release in this case.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, and many blessings upon you.
Thank you, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth, please?
My name is Ariam Lemuel Perez, December 22, 1992, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you've been picked up on a couple of matters. The first case involves retail petty theft, as well as resisting, obstructing without violence. Mr. Watson, do you have PC challenge with regard to that one or the next case?
I don't have PC argument, Your Honor. I have
Release?
Release argument, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, as to both cases?
Just generally, Your Honor, I suppose. No, may I make the argument, Your Honor?
I think that would be best, because I'm gonna make the conditions on each case. So let me go ahead and hear the argument.
Yes, Your Honor. I would just say that my client has made me aware that his wife is 8 weeks pregnant and she can't care for their cats and pets generally. Because she's pregnant, she's not able to do the litter for their cats. He is the primary provider for his household, Your Honor. So we would just ask for a reasonable bond be set in all cases.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With regard to the retail theft and resisting obstructing without violence, the court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there's sufficient probable cause. Bond to be set on count 1 in the amount of $250, count 2 the amount of $500. You are not to return to the Walmart located at 4400 13th Street in St. Cloud.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You also have a warrant on a petty theft, a resisting merchandise without violence, and false ID to law enforcement while lawfully detained in case 2023 MM 2760. Bond on count 1 is set in the amount of $1,000, count 2 the amount of $1,000, count 3 the amount of $500. You're also out on bond for 22 CF 3528. We do see that the state has officially filed charges in that matter. The court will be revoking the bond. Huh?
On that one, we got the paperwork today. They had a no information notice.
Oh, it's a no information?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, then the court will be not be taking any action on that. It was no info.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Evelitsi Rodriguez?
Your Honor, Mr. Rodriguez is in the hospital.
Yes.
All right, then we will take care of him when he is available. Jason Varela Salgado. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Jason Varela, December 7, 1999.
Thank you. Sir, you've been picked up as a result of possession of controlled substance without a prescription, to wit, fentanyl, as well as possession or use of drug paraphernalia. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there is sufficient and probable cause. You qualify for direct pretrial release, but the court will be modifying that slightly with regard to count 1. It will be pretrial release with a bond of $2,500. Direct pretrial release on count 2. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, and you're to report for random urinalysis. Thank you.
Who should he report to, Your Honor? PTR?
Yeah, he's on PTR on count 1 and 2.
Okay, thank you.
Thaddeus Baxter.
This is a reset from.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
My name is Thaddeus Alfonso Baxter. I was born 4575.
Thank you. Mr. Baxter, you've been picked up on a couple of items. The first case involves possession of controlled substance without a prescription, to wit, morphine. Possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, to wit, methamphetamine. Possession of cocaine. Possession of controlled substance without a prescription, to wit, fentanyl. Possession or use of drug paraphernalia. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there is sufficient probable cause. You qualify for pretrial release. The court will grant pretrial release with bonds as follows. Count 1, $150. Count 2, $150. Count 3, $150. Count 4, $1,000. Count 5, $500. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, and you're to report for random urinalysis. The second matter is possession of controlled substance without a prescription, to wit, heroin, possession or use of drug paraphernalia, and altering or destroying, concealing. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find there's sufficient probable cause. Court will order pretrial release with bonds as follows. Count 1, $150. Count 2, $100. Count 3, $1,000. And not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs, and you're to report for random urinalysis. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
If you read in the affidavit,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. Daniel Colazzo.
Your Honor, I do have a, oh, actually, never mind, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name and date of birth, please.
Daniel Vincent Colazzo,
And your date of birth.
June 2nd, 1985.
Thank you. Mr. Colazzo, you've been picked up as a result of refusal to leave school grounds. Court has reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find that there's sufficient probable cause. It's my understanding that the jail is asking for you to be released on your own recognizance because there is a Marchman Act out of Flagler County for case 22MM24. The court will grant the ROR with a restriction that you are not to return to the East Lake Elementary School. Thank you. Counsel, did we take care of everyone over there?
Everyone I see, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. My apologies about the name again.
No problem. Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good afternoon.
You too.